Well, the Dallas Cowboys have been busy today, first officially announcing the retirement of offensive lineman Zack Martin. Martin retires after 11 seasons with the Cowboys. Cowboys also have restructured quarterback Dak Prescott's contract. That saves the team $36.6 million on the cap. That combined with CeeDee Lamb's restructure, the Cowboys, well, they've created $56.6 million in cap space.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy.
Just creating cap space over here.
That's all we're doing, but it doesn't sound like they're going to do anything with it.
Well, I mean, they've created space.
They've created it, but Jerry, he likes the draft. Oh, my goodness. What a day, though, for the Cowboys, man. They've been busy today.
Busy.
Last couple of days.
I as mad as I have been at the Cowboys front office, I have to give them a lot of credit for how they've started off the month of March. They get the Osa deal done early. They seem to be working and making progress with Micah Parsons. They have a press conference for Zack Martin, and for the most part, they leave it to Zack Martin. Jerry did talk off to the side, but the press conference was about Zack Martin. Well done, Dallas Cowboys. Surprisingly, Jerry and Steven get an attaboy for not stealing the show because it was all about Zack Martin, and rightfully so. They handled today's press conference with the grace and the celebration that his retirement announcement deserved, and not what I thought was going to happen after seeing Jerry dodge the media in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm glad he did it. Look, they respect Zack Martin. He deserved to have that moment. He gave a great speech. We'll hear from him coming up in just a little bit. But Jerry and Steven were in a good mood as well, joking around. That was fun to see. But then Jerry did talk off to the side, and some interesting things that he had to say. But I agree with you. The Cowboys have been doing things the right way, at least the way you and I think they should be done anyway.
Well, I mean, they're acting like a real organization. Now, is the owner and his son on the same page? No. So I don't know if they didn't talk at breakfast or whatever the case may be. But if you remember, Steven said,
we're going to be selectively aggressive.
And today Jerry said, I don't think aggressive is the right word. I'm not looking at free agency as a place to fill voids. Yet you've created $56 million in cap room in the last 24 hours. It's not all going to Micah. It's not all going to – a large amount of it will be, but it's not all going to Micah. There is something cooking with the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, let's hope so.
Yes.
Let's hope so. Maybe there is a trade in the works that is afoot. Who knows? There's some good free agents out there, though. There really are that the Cowboys could spend some of that money on. It wouldn't necessarily break the bank either. So there's a lot to talk about, and the offseason is going to get exciting. Look, March 12th, is that a week from today?
Yep.
That's when the free agent period begins.
But the legal tampering period, which is so stupid.
Yes.
That starts on Monday the 10th.
Monday the 10th.
Yes.
So next week will be interesting, and all the rumors and speculation will come out, and even some deals reported. I'll promise you. That always happens. And Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport, those guys will be busy next week.
Let's include Jordan Schultz in that. He wants to be a part of all the conversations now, and if not, he'll come after you.
In a Starbucks.
Maybe.
Yeah. If I see that dude in a Starbucks, I'm walking out. Just going to walk out.
You won't see him at a Dutch Bros. I can promise you that.
I wouldn't know who the hell he is anyway if I saw him in a Starbucks.
You would have to actually be in a Starbucks.
Well, that's true, too. I haven't been in a Starbucks in a while. I'm like Charles Barkley. I drink Folgers.
Do you really?
No.
What do you drink?
Costco brand.
Costco. You're a Kirkland guy.
It's the best coffee that I've found. I've got with the little pods?
Keurig?
That.
I don't even drink coffee, and I know what that is.
Got that, and Costco sells the big box full of those things. So
is it good or is it convenient?
No, it's both.
It got it because it was convenient, but was it good?
Well, here's the deal. I'll compare it to a Folgers. Folgers sucks on a Keurig, as far as I'm concerned.
Does it now?
I've had the Dunkin' Donuts one. That one sucks. Don't like it.
Uh-huh.
And the HEB's got this. Maggie loves this Taste of San Antonio, and it's awful.
Awful.
It's awful.
Well, what does it taste like?
It tastes like San Antonio rodeo aftermath.
Wow, from the Riverwalk?
No, from the cow.
Oh. Yeah, as a non-coffee drinker, I have not, but I think Joanna likes some sort of HEB. I don't know what the blend is. I have no idea, but I know, but it's not a Keurig. She doesn't. We had a Keurig. She didn't like it, so we've got a regular coffee maker, and she does that. I don't know.
Well, that's good for her. I just like popping the little pod in
well,
there.
You're lazy.
And going, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially first thing in the morning.
Well, sure.
I don't want to be doing that.
Well, apparently, Joe, you can set up the coffee pot, and you'll have fresh coffee by the time you wake up in the morning. Like it automatically is ready to go.
But then I get pissed off in the morning when I forgot to do that the night before. Because that happens.
Well, that's got to be a part of your nightly routine.
Well, it should be, but, it's not.
Well, why not? I mean,
first of all, because I don't have one of those coffee makers.
Well, you could get one.
I don't feel like going and getting one. I've got a nice Keurig there. It's really nice, and I'm kind of used to that.
How long does it take in the morning?
Oh, less than 5 minutes.
Not
even, right?
Well, how long does it take to normally brew a whole pot of coffee?
Dude, I don't know.
Less than 5 minutes?
I really don't care.
I mean, less than 5 minutes. How long does it take to set it up the night before? Less than a minute.
You're not understanding. It's not about the time.
Oh, it sounded like
it's about my scatterbrain and falling asleep on the couch or whatever, and you forget.
Yeah.
And then you get up the next day and you go, damn it.
Uh-huh. Start your day off right.
Right.
Well, that's why you need your coffee.
I don't want, but then I got to go through the whole process. You pull the filter out. You got to put the coffee in there, turn it on, pour water in it. It's just a pain in the ass.
So now you got to do what? Pull a deal out of the Costco box, put it in the Keurig, and hit start?
Bam.
And then wait? And patiently wait?
Sure.
Patiently.
About that, yeah. That's good. No, I usually I run to the bathroom and
so
and
you
pee.
actually go start to make your coffee before you go pee?
Well, yeah, there's a method to it,
a
right?
method.
Yeah, because the time I'm in there, after I wash my hands and I come out, the coffee's ready, I'm golden. But see, I'm a good husband. See, I'll make Maggie's cup, take it back to her, then come back while mine's cooking, and there it is. Hey, we got a whole deal, man.
Uh-huh. So you bring your wife coffee in bed every day.
You're
trying to make the rest of us look bad.
Well, you should feel bad.
Why?
Well, first of all, I got to let the dogs out, right? You want to know who let the dogs out? Me. I did. I'm the one.
And you do all this before your first morning pee?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. It depends.
Wow.
But it's a nice morning routine.
It sounds lovely.
It's fantastic.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah. I've been lazy this week, man. Haven't been to the gym.
Oh, slacker.
I'm sure Ray misses me.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't.
He does.
Well, he hasn't sent out the search party yet.
Well,
They haven't knocked on the door for a welfare check.
My plan is to go tomorrow, so we'll see.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yes.
And then you generally skip Fridays, right?
No, Friday. I skip Monday.
Oh, you skip Monday. Because I know you're only a 4-day-a-week guy.
Yeah, Monday's the day I skip because you never know what the weekend's going to be like. I may need to be able to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah.
Or rest.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Dry out.
Sure, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a given. That's normal.
That's why I don't go on Monday. Because, if you wake up and you're feeling a little groggy.
That's what the coffee's for.
Although it's different because football season's over. It's real easy to sit, in my back patio and watch football a day and drink.
Yeah.
Now it's like I got to find something to do.
Well, you're sitting out there watching something and drinking.
No,
could
probably
be golf.
Going somewhere.
Could be basketball.
I watch golf. Yeah, at the Arnold Palmer this weekend.
See, Sunday's lined up. You're ready to go.
Life is good. Life is good. I wish I got a $19 million signing bonus today. That would make life a little more special.
Yeah. I mean, a $19 signing bonus.
Did I get that?
You didn't even get that. Can't even afford to go to Starbucks.
No.
Lots to get into today, including figuring out what does the San Antonio blend taste like. If you're a fan of the H-E-B San Antonio blend.
No, it's Taste of San Antonio.
Oh, Taste of San Antonio.
Called. Yes. That's my feeling. It's got a
what does
weird
it taste like?
To it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Maggie likes it, and so she'll get it, and it's the beauty of having the one pod at a time thing.
Yeah.
I can make hers there and mine over here.
Yeah, but you're getting that taste of residue into your
no,
Costco brand.
That doesn't happen.
It's got to.
No.
Not
at all.
There's no contamination.
No contamination.
I don't
absolutely not.
Do you wash the pot?
No.
No, there's contamination.
Dude, I'm telling you. Well, you can't taste it if it's a little drop. The Costco brand washes it all out.
Maybe that's why you think the Costco brand is so good, because you're always getting a little bit of H-E-B in there.
No.
Mm-hmm.
When you start drinking coffee, Minix, I'll listen to you.
I'm not
Other than that, you have no say-so. You're not an expert on coffee drinking.
I am not an expert. And I'm not old enough to drink coffee yet, apparently.
Not old enough?
I don't know. I'm just not a coffee drinker.
Well, good.
Yeah. So, I got nothing.
As usual.
Yep. Zack Martin officially calls it a career. Solid press conference today. We'll have some of the highlights and the news that did come out of the Zack Martin press conference coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com. The St. Patty's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest ever, spanning 2 days. Sunday, March 16th, it's a crawfish boil, all you can eat for $10. Then on St. Patrick's Day, Monday, it's a block party. The green beer will be flowing with live music starting at 2 with Irish Goodbye. Finding Friday takes the stage at 5. DJs inside both the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant. Plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch. Jason Minix here. Let's talk about health as we age. It may feel like you're lacking energy or strength, always moody, or libido isn't what it used to be. Any of these could be caused by low testosterone. Go get tested at Synergenics Testosterone Weight Loss. Their patient-first VIP experience is fast and easy. I recommend Synergenics because their personalized therapy goes beyond standard treatments. They've been the go-to experts in TRT for over a decade. They also have affordable GLP-1 weight loss options. Get started at SynergenicsHealth.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
This sandwich is not just spicy, it's flavorful. Hi, this is Matayo. And this is Elsa. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is that spicy kick. Because the spice comes in at just the right moment. Oh, no. A little thing I love is that cilantro lime sauce. It's a fun blend of zesty and bold. That's what really makes me happy. Are you going to eat all your fries?
Order a Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich and a Diet Dr. Pepper on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
Absolutely do that. You can comment there as well. At Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix on Twitter. Does everybody still say Twitter? Or do you say X?
I say Twitter. Some people say X. Some people say, or if you read it, it's on X, in parentheses, formerly known as Twitter, which I think is dumb. It's Twitter, Twitter X. You can X us. You can Twitter us. Same on Instagram. At SA Sports Star. At Joe Reinagle 210. At Jason Minix. The Zack Martin deal today, and I do credit Cowboys ownership for handling this the right way. It was all about Zack, as it should be. And Zack, very, very comfortable behind that microphone today. And wrote a great piece in the Players Tribune. Press conference was great. And, you know, the question is always, why now? Why retire, Zack Martin?
Well, like I said, it's been on my mind. I'm not going to lie. And, after the season, me and my wife talked, and I think we just both agreed, physically and mentally, it was probably time to step away. You know, I've been saying, and I believe this, I know what it takes to be an elite player in this league and what all goes into it. And, you know, at this point in my life, I just think, you know, I'm not there anymore of putting everything that goes into it to be that. And that's fine. You know, I had a great run, but just for myself and my family, it became pretty obvious over the last month or so that this was going to be the direction we went.
You know, and I love that with Zack Martin, but he's always been kind of that professional guy and just the way he goes about things. But you wake up and you talk and you just don't want to get into the grind again, because he mentioned during that press conference that it was about Super Bowl time.
Yep.
Because Cowboys are always sitting around at that time.
Always.
So, it, you know, just sitting there, and that's the time you start your training regimen and getting ready for what's coming up. And he just said he wasn't there.
The idea that he ended the career the way he did will bother him for the rest of his life.
Sure.
That he didn't walk off the field for his last game in pads. As he said today, I was in sweatpants. But he knows, as he's just said there, what it takes to be an elite player. And he's not that anymore. Could he still play? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But could he play up to his standard? No. And he would rather not play than play not playing up to his standard. And you just so much respect for a player like that. There are a few of them. I remember talking to Brian Baldinger at the Super Bowl, and he's like, man, if Zack Martin thinks he should retire, play 2 more years. Play 2. Make sure everything is out of the tank. And there are players that do that. I think Tyron Smith is one of those players.
Yeah.
There are guys like Zack Martin that won't do that to themselves. And you credit a guy like that. I mean, he knows, and like you said, I mean, the 2 biggest regrets: one, his last year he got hurt, and he never hoisted a Lombardi trophy. But he did say that getting drafted by the Cowboys back in the day, the perfect situation for him.
I really, truly believe that I came into a perfect situation for a young offensive lineman. You know, I came in, like I said, at a time that the running game was a big part of what we did. They invested a lot in the offensive line room. It really allowed me to develop. A lot of young old linemen get thrown into the fire, and you're throwing the ball 50 times a game. Well, we were running it 30, 40 times a game. So it really allowed me to have time to develop some of those other things that I may not have been great at when I first got here. So I really, truly believe in, you know, then you pair that with a line coach like Bill Callahan when I first got here. It was kind of the perfect storm for me.
I remember those days when the Cowboys used to run the football. Those were nice. The good old days. I love how Zack said that. I mean, we were running the football 35, 40 times a game. And, they don't do that anymore.
You know, he says that. And, you know, Jerry and Steven are sitting right there. Mm-hmm. Schottenheimer, not far from, away. And you go with that. That is a message. And hearing everything we've heard about Schottenheimer, maybe they get back to that. But even then, I mean, you look at Zack and his career. We did learn something today about Zack Martin that I guess we probably didn't know prior to this, and maybe Steven shouldn't have said this, but listen carefully to something that Stephen Jones said when talking about Zack Martin.
Well, I think, first of all, Zack's just unique. At the end of the day, he's unique on the field. He's unique off the field. When you sat there and went, I think it may have been Will's first draft that he was in charge of helping us put up the board. But, when you look at it and you're picking that high, you want to make sure you're right. And one thing when you read Zack, when you watch Zack on the tape, it was hard to find anything that you didn't like about him. And, just felt at the end of the day he was the right guy for our football team. He met all the standards, and, in no way to be negative toward the other guy we're talking about, but, he just didn't, stack up like that. And so it was real easy. It was unanimous. In the room, everybody was looking at their feet when Jerry was asking them questions about who would be for the other guy. It was interesting like that. But, no, it's always been easy to stand up for Zack. We've got some great stories. He, as Jerry said, We didn't really negotiate his deals with agents. We did them with Zach. He walked in my office and said, hey,
you're not supposed to say that.
I promised I'd never tell it, but I can now. But he did say, here's how this is going to work. I can live with this. And that's why it's always been so easy with Zach. He's a very good communicator. He's very transparent, and cherish all those times. But, boy, how fortunate the Cowboys are, our fans, everybody, to have Zach as a part of the Dallas Cowboys.
I thought what was fascinating about it, and that's fascinating because Jerry, the story's out there, right? He wanted Johnny Manziel, and they had to talk him out of that. But the fact that Jerry actually compared Zack Martin to Larry Allen.
Twins.
I thought that was, that's the highest compliment I think he could have given Zack Martin at that point in time. And the Cowboys have had some great offensive linemen. That helped, Travis Frederick was in the room today. Tony Romo was in the room today. I wish he would have shaved first. Looked like he just rolled out of bed and looked like a hobo, for goodness sake.
I don't know he looked that bad.
He looked pretty bad.
Do yourself. Look in that camera right there and talk about another grown man shaving.
Well, some of us are manicured.
Oh.
Romo was just...
It's the offseason.
Looked like he just rolled out of the sack. I got Zack Martin's retirement presser today.
Flew in from Cancun for this thing because it was important to be there.
Him and Jason Witten.
Who knows? And Bobby Carpenter. You never know. But the reality that the comparison to Larry Allen, and you talk about high honors coming from Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones said today that Zack Martin would be inducted into the Ring of Honor before he goes into the Hall of Fame. Now, Zack Martin in 5 years is going to be eligible. Based on what we saw this past year, maybe he isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer because the way they changed the way to get in the voting process and all that. I think the Hall of Fame committee is trying to make it harder for first ballot guys to be first ballot guys. But he is certainly destined for a gold jacket. But it's rare that Jerry would commit to somebody going into the Ring of Honor this quickly. You think about some of the guys that you think, Ring of Honor, and Jerry hadn't put them in yet. To me, what a statement from Jerry Jones. I wouldn't be surprised if they do this next year.
I wouldn't be surprised either, and he deserves to be there. He's just everything that he did for this franchise, and he deserves it. He one of the best offensive linemen to ever play the game. I don't think there's any question about it.
You look at, and I'm seeing some of the comments on our YouTube channel, and you can always go there, and some you don't know if these are just people being smart asses or if they're serious questions. and there's a little bit of both always in the YouTube chat, which makes it so damn entertaining. If Zack Martin wanted to continue to play, I think the Cowboys would have figured out a way to make that happen. But at the same time, kind of like they did with Zeke, although they screwed that up by bringing him back, Cowboys, with his last deal, I think everybody was in agreement that this was the last deal. Could Zack Martin have still played and go play for somebody else? Sure. Did he want to do that? Obviously not, because I don't know that it's about that. I think it's Zack Martin truly knowing that Zack Martin could no longer play at the elite level that is his standard. Not somebody else's standard, but his standard. Whether he had a star in his helmet or went somewhere else like Tyron Smith, Zack Martin's one of those rare players that would not take the field if he was not playing up to his standard. And I think the idea of rehab last year, I think everybody knew, and at one point last year he talked about retirement. If you go back in the middle of this year, one of those times Micah Parsons was so pissed off, and he was talking about wanting to do it for Zach. I think Micah Parsons announced Zack Martin's retirement. Yes. We talked about it then.
Yep.
So I think everybody in that room knew it was the last year for Zack Martin. So the way it ended, would he have changed his mind? Maybe, but he's one of those guys that he had a decision made, and I don't think there was anything that could change it, but could he put in the work to play at his level, whether that be with the Cowboys or another team? And the answer was no, which is why he was having the press conference that he had today.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does now. I don't see him as an announcer, and I don't know if he has any interest in coaching. But I know he's got 3 children that Jerry joked he's going to be in the carpool line now at the local school.
Yep.
So maybe just take a little time off and relax and enjoy your family for a while before you decide to do anything. But look, Zack Martin is still a young man, and so he's got a lot, hopefully a lot of life ahead of him. So there will be another chapter in Zack Martin's book. There's no doubt. I'm curious to see what that will be.
You look at a lot of these guys. Travis Frederick.
Yeah.
You don't see that guy very much.
No.
He's out living life.
Mm-hmm.
You look at, a lot of these guys. I mean, you never know. I mean, all of a sudden Mark Colombo was back on the scene. Andre Gerard is, up until about a week ago, was coaching for the San Antonio Brahmas. Coached last week, just left that staff. I don't know what he's got in mind now, but, and Zach's a smart dude. I mean, all those years at Notre Dame, who knows what the guy's going to ultimately end up doing. He could coach, but he would be a tough. It would be, I think, tough for him to coach. And I look at Zack Martin a lot of the ways I look at Dat Nguyen, when some of the stuff that Dat Nguyen used to talk about when he worked here, because Dat was on that coaching path, and it was difficult because Dat knew what he did as a player, and so if you weren't doing it at that level, it's one thing when it's a teammate, it's another when you're a coach and being that demanding, and that sometimes could be frustrating. So it'll be interesting to see what Zack Martin ultimately decides to do.
Well, either way, he'll be a success at it, I'm sure. We lost a good one today. There's no doubt about it, and it's hard when these guys retire, but I admire Zack Martin for knowing it was time and not seeing Zack Martin, not playing Zack Martin way or like.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. So I'm happy for him.
Nobody wanted to see all of that.
I hope Aaron Rodgers was paying attention.
Chris Orozco on YouTube says, "What a waste of a Hall of Famer." Thanks, Jera. And that's part of it. I mean, granted, there are a lot of great careers for a lot of teams, and those great careers, you don't end up with that Super Bowl win. Could he have gone and chased it somewhere else, kind of like a DeMarcus Ware did? Again, I don't know that he's doing that. I don't know that Zack Martin would play at a level that doesn't give him I don't know he'd play less than his standard to go try to win a ring.
Because there were talks already, teams. I think the Cincinnati Bengals were the first that were kind of floated that out there, that they'd love to have Zack Martin on their football team. So he would have gotten some interest. There's no doubt had he decided he wanted to go play somewhere else. But I just don't see Jerry doing that. They would have found a way to keep him if he wanted to play. I just don't see, and I understand it happens, but
at a financial level, and
sure,
I'm sure. Yeah, I just think it was all about Zach. I don't know that Zach was trying to test the free agent market. I don't know if Zach was, Jerry saying, "Dude, you're gonna just, it ain't gonna happen because I don't want to insult you." Kind of like what he did with Zeke, and and Zeke did exactly what Baldinger said: "Go play 2 more years, just make sure it's all out."
Yep.
And unfortunately, one of those years was back in Dallas for Zeke.
Yeah, and we all saw he was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting. The other part of it, I don't think it's a surprise to anybody in that organization that Zack Martin is retiring. I think Micah knew last training camp, and Micah was frustrated in the middle of the year for guys like Zack Martin. We all remember that quote.
Yeah.
So for the Cowboys and their offseason plans, they weren't blindsided by this news. This wasn't like Travis Frederick all of a sudden couldn't feel his feet and went, uh-oh, what are we doing here with Guillain-Barré syndrome and now having to go replace. So whatever the Cowboys' offseason plans are, I don't think they included Zack Martin. So replacing him has been a part of the plan. I don't think anybody is surprised by this news. So doesn't change free agency, doesn't change the draft, although Jerry's words maybe. Let's talk about what Jerry did say about the Cowboys offseason coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury. Best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
If you travel as much as the San Antonio sports guys travel, while you're on the road, be sure to take us along. Listen to the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star live stream anywhere on the Odyssey radio app.
San Antonio, the NCAA 2025 Men's Final Four is coming April 4th through the 7th. Check out Reese's Men's Final Four Friday, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you can watch open practices and the Reese's NABC All-Star Game at the Alamo Dome for free. And for the music lovers, March Madness Music Festival, presented by AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, with 3 days of free concerts, featuring the biggest acts in music at Tower Park and Hemisphere. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
Wow! Most cars and trucks can get premium ceramic window film installed by the experts at Mother's Window Tint, starting at just $199. Don't wait! Protect your ride today. Our competitors charge hundreds more, but at Mother's, you get the best quality and value. Call now or visit motherswindowtint.com to schedule your installation. With up to 60 different film options, we've got the perfect fit for every car and budget. Stop by one of our locations and see the difference for yourself. Want to boost your vehicle's security? We've got you covered with advanced systems starting at just $399. Call 210-213-2118 today and ask about our alarm specials. Since 1984, we've been the home of the tint and alarm special. Don't wait. Visit Mother's Window Tint today. Call now or go online to book your service. Your car deserves it. Mother's Window Tint. Since 1984. Call or visit motherswindowtint.com. That's motherswindowtint.com. And remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? I guarantee she does. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. If you're considering divorce, it's absolutely crucial to understand your options right now. Don't let alimony catch you off guard. Protect what you've built and secure your hard-earned assets. Visit TexasDivorce.com. At Barton & Associates, we focus on navigating the complexities of divorce law to ensure you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Take control of the process or allow your spouse to dictate the terms. If you're serious about safeguarding what you have built and your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team for you. We'll act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that you're not taken advantage of. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, April 14th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Pan American Golf Association, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Ensira.com and PPL Motorhomes. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, April 14th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can also come hang out with us in person this Friday. Come happy hour with the Blitz. We're going to be live at Mellow Mushroom in Stone Oak, 2 to 6. Great way to get Friday started and kick off the spring forward weekend.
Ah, that's right. That's this weekend, isn't it?
Cannot wait.
Going to lose an hour of sleep.
I could give a damn.
Come on.
Who cares?
Jeez.
I get an extra hour of sunshine in the evening.
No, I'm happy about it, and I hope it stays that way.
It
I hope
should.
You'd be my favorite politician if you could get that done.
Don't lie to the people.
Huh?
You're lying. Our favorite politician is going to make sports gambling legal in Texas.
That too.
Yes.
But second on the list is daylight savings time. Get rid of it.
I'm
it's ridiculous.
I'm with you see, like my kid lives in Phoenix, and with Erica, she's like, all right, so you guys, because in Arizona they don't change time. See, right now they're an hour behind. So right now if I call her, it's 1:42 in the afternoon. Sunday, it's 2 hours behind.
That's right.
And so I've got to then be a little bit more leery of when I call her because and then trying to figure out her damn class schedule. Is she in class now or not? Because their times doesn't change. So if I call her in the morning, 9 o'clock, that's 7 a.m. She ain't up.
No.
If, I call her on my way home, she's in class. So it's weird. I don't know. Not a fan, but Arizona does that right. They don't change times.
I think Hawaii doesn't do it either. I think they're the only two states that don't. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
I got to say, if I'm in Hawaii, I don't even have a watch. It doesn't matter what time it is.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right? Now, granted,
yeah, if you live there, you still have to make a living, right?
I mean, the sun is up, you're making money. Or depending on what you do, sun is down, you're making money. But if I'm on vacation in Hawaii, which I've actually never done, I wouldn't give a damn what time it is. It's like having a watch in Cancun.
Exactly. I don't give a damn there either. I hear what you're saying, but, there are people that actually live there and have to make money to live there. It's a very expensive state, I hear.
Yeah?
I've never been there. I'd like to go to Hawaii.
Would you?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with Mexico.
Yeah.
When it comes to the tropics.
The tropics, eh?
The tropics. Yes. Pretty happy with that.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure Hawaii's lovely.
I'm sure it's great. You probably have to find like the non-touristy Hawaii.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, is there a non-touristy one?
See, now, my niece, she went to the University of Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
It took her like 5 years to get that associate's degree, and you understand why. You're in Hawaii.
Absolutely.
But, now, granted, but she grew up on the West Coast, so going to Hawaii was pretty easy. I was talking to a friend today. He's going to Hawaii, and, I'm just like the whole flight traveling over there. I don't know, man. To me, and I like traveling around when we go on like Caribbean, whether it's Mexico, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, wherever you're going. They're all kind of the same. You're in an all-inclusive, and there's a beach. They're all a little bit different, but it's essentially what you're trying to do. So, I don't know. I'd rather have a 3-hour flight than however long that flight is. Because even from here, you Southwest direct to L.A. and then from L.A. to Hawaii. But getting there is one thing, but you lose an entire day coming back.
Oh, dude, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awful, no doubt. And plus, Southwest now has direct flight to Cancun, so.
Even better.
That's awesome.
Even better.
It's only about 2 hours or so.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's like going to Belize, quick trip to Houston, then 2 hours down. Lots of places I could go.
Tarig's going to Hawaii, he says on our YouTube page, in a week.
In a week.
How about that? Congratulations, Tarig.
Absolutely.
Good for you, man.
We went last year, and so I'm sure it is amazing.
I'm sure it is.
And I'm not against going.
No.
But I just, every time you're planning something, you end up in Mexico.
Well, it was a 5-hour time difference?
At least.
Something like that, right? And so you're right. You coming back, it sucks. I hate coming back from Vegas and losing 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes you feel weird, so.
Weird.
Anyway, it's on the bucket list.
Yeah. Speaking of Vegas, feeling weird or not, on your way back, we're going to Vegas here pretty soon. When are we going to Vegas?
March 26th?
Yeah. Well, that's Wednesday. We'll be out there live Thursday and Friday.
That's right, yes.
27th and 28th. You guys can go at any point, whether you're flying out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just come hang out with us, the Blitz, Joe, me, Jason. We're going to be out there for Mega March weekend. It's going to be incredible. Sweet 16 round of the tournament, opening day of Major League Baseball. No better place than the world's largest sports book and stadium swim. And you get to hang out with us. It's going to be a good time.
That's the best part. Are you kidding?
Well, save money on your room. There's a link on our website, sasportstar.com, or if you just go straight to circalasvegas.com, promo code BLITZ, and you're going to save. It's either 20 or 25% on your room. We've calculated up. It's a pretty nice savings. If you try to book the rooms without the discount and then with, you're going to save a lot of money. And I did have somebody send me a direct message on Facebook the other day that said my code doesn't work. So that's not true. The code does work. So this guy was trying to book it for a different weekend.
Can't do that.
It's only for that weekend.
That's
Appreciate your efforts.
Yes.
But the code only actually works from the 26th through the 30th.
Which should be, because that's when we're there.
Yes.
It's the whole idea. You get it now?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Mega March weekend.
Gonna be fun. Looking forward to it.
The Cowboys have redone Dak's deal, the restructure. Totally expected, kind of like CeeDee Lamb's. And these restructures, they don't cost the player a dime. Not a dime. It's just how are they getting paid and when. But the dollars don't change. But it creates cap space for the team. So with CeeDee's restructure yesterday and Dak's restructure happening today, the Cowboys in the last 24 hours have created $56.6 million in cap room.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
No.
Although Jerry Jones said today, quote, I don't think aggressive is the right word. I'm not looking at free agency as a place to fill voids.
Good old Jerry to throw a wet blanket on $56 million in cap space.
We're going to be selectively aggressive.
Now, so Steven said selectively aggressive. Maybe Jerry doesn't like the word aggressive. Maybe Steven should have just said we're going to be selective. I don't know, but it's like, I don't know who's not on the same page here. Because I think you can be, although I don't like the term selectively aggressive, I don't really know what that means. Because if you're being aggressive, you're being aggressive. But they're going to go out and they're going to try to make right deals. They will be a player in free agency. A lot of the gambling sites seem to think the Cowboys could go after a running back in free agency. In fact, there is a bet online, next team odds for Aaron Jones and Najee Harris. The Cowboys are number one on Aaron Jones and number two for Harris, if you want to bet money on where one of them will land if they don't stay with their current team.
I think that would be a good use of a trade. Look, Cowboys have 10 draft picks or free agent market. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking at Stephen Jones, who said that, they call teams all the time, and there could be some trades involved as well as they go into the offseason period of time. But look, I think Aaron Jones would be fantastic. You can still draft a running back if you want to.
Yep.
But if you've got an Aaron Jones in here who is a veteran who can come in and have no issues day one, I'm good with that. I'd be okay with that.
Well, I mean, you again,
and it wouldn't break the bank either.
Well, that's the key. I mean, again, we're talking about the Cowboys and couch everything with air quotes and selectively aggressive. The idea that Aaron Jones at the right price would be great. Najee Harris, and is he pairing with Rico Dowdle? Is Rico going to be a part of that mix? And you could still go draft one of these running backs. You think about what Zack Martin said today. Man, when I got here, man, we were running the ball 40 times a day, and somewhere Schottenheimer was smiling. And Myles Garrett is out there. I don't see the Cowboys doing that. The idea that DK Metcalf today and the Seattle Seahawks have agreed that he could go search out a trade partner. Now, DK Metcalf has 1 year and $21 million left on his deal. So, again, if you're giving up anything to Seattle to get a DK Metcalf, the idea is that, well, you're going to sign him to a new deal. I don't really see that as a possibility for the Cowboys, although the Seahawks did release Tyler Lockett today. Tyler Lockett, I could see being the kind of player that Dallas wants to go get, one of those possession-type receivers that can help offset what CeeDee Lamb's going to get, kind of like what Tyler did in Seattle with DK. You look at his relationship with Schottenheimer, who loved Tyler Lockett. I mean, you think about Schottenheimer's history and Tyler Lockett, and you think that would be an upgrade over what you had at Brandon Cooks. And
is it really?
I think he would be.
I don't know if it's an upgrade or not. I mean, the guy's 32 years old. I'm not sure it's an upgrade. I think they're the same guy, to be honest with you.
Well, Brandon Cooks prior to coming to Dallas, where he had 1,000 yards everywhere he went, or the Brandon Cooks that we had in Dallas who had 3 games where you go, man, all right, that's what we thought we were going to get. So I think at current level, not historically, but current level, I like Tyler Lockett more than I like Brandon Cooks. And again, I'm not saying I want the Cowboys to go get a Tyler Lockett, but if he was released today, to me, that is the kind of player that falls in the line of selectively aggressive.
Yeah, okay. You think that's why Metcalf is requesting a trade? Because he's pissed that they released Lockett? I mean, that kind of came out of nowhere. I haven't heard any rumblings that he was upset with Seattle for any reason. I mean, that's kind of bizarre, isn't it?
There's been a lot of things in Seattle that have been weird ever since Pete Carroll's departure. And so, no, and again, with my wife being from there, to have conversation with my brother-in-law, I've got to keep up with what the Seahawks are doing. And, I'll be honest, I'm a Tyler Lockett guy. I mean, my wife has a Tyler Lockett jersey. I mean, but knowing the kind of dude that he is and the player that he is, he's available. I could certainly see the Cowboys making a move there. In fact, I saw a quote earlier talking about Kevontae Turpin, Joseph Hoyt, who works for DLLS, All City Dallas now. He tweeted earlier, I asked Schottenheimer last year where Kevontae Turpin could improve. He said his deep ball and contested catch ability for someone who isn't the tallest. He specifically pointed out Tyler Lockett's ability to do so.
Interesting.
But Tyler Lockett to me is one of those kind of players that would certainly go well with what the Cowboys want to do in the price range that I expect the Cowboys to want to be shopping. I'm sure they would love a DK Metcalf, but they're not spending that kind of money.
Yeah, that would be pricey next year or moving forward, and you'd have to re-sign. I mean, I don't know, a rental for a year wouldn't do them any good. I hope they draft a guy that can be the guy. Even if you bring in a Tyler Lockett, what do you got, a year, 2, maybe?
Exactly.
So, I hope they find somebody out there. That would be an offensive pick that I wouldn't mind the Cowboys doing, getting one of these wide receivers, and it's a pretty deep draft for wide receivers, and there's some good ones out there finding a guy that could come in and be the second guy behind CeeDee Lamb and do that pretty quickly.
And you look at Christian Kirk getting released today by Jacksonville. You know, he could be one that could be on that list. But, again, so many relationships in play. Schottenheimer, Lockett, you at least have to make sure that one stays on your radar as a strong possibility. And then, of course, the other big news today, Maxx Crosby getting a massive extension. 3 years, $106.5 million, $91.5 of it guaranteed. I don't know that I want to say Micah just got more expensive because those numbers are lower than what most were projecting Micah to be, but at least you have a new floor to start with when it comes to Micah Parsons.
Well, you do, and I think obviously Micah's agent is looking at that. Jerry and Steven are looking at that. They know that it happened too. And Steven said today they have started discussions with Micah already. So I don't know where that's going to come in. And is Micah going to be true to his word? Will he take less? Does he want to be the next highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL? Or is he true to his word? And again, if I'm Micah Parsons and I say, if I do that and take a team-friendly discount, what are you going to do with the extra money? Are you going to bring some players in here? Because we've got a lot of holes to fill, and we need some help.
You would like to think, although, you break down that Osa contract, and Steven did some good work on that deal.
Cowboys came out smelling like a rose in that thing.
And again, was that Osa being team friendly? They want to win. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Here's what you're doing for me. I mean, you look at, this Osa deal looks like it was negotiated by the Eagles. A lot up front, get out of it in 2 years if it doesn't work out. And you feel like the team won this one, not the player. And you don't say that often about Cowboys and their contracts.
Well, I tell you what, if teams aren't looking at Philly and how they operate, you're missing out. Because Philadelphia right now is setting the standard, I think, when it comes to contracts and paying people. They just re-upped with that linebacker, Bond. How they do that, come up with $51 million again. After giving Saquon the deal they gave him yesterday. They always seem to find a way to sign the players that they want to sign. I mean, they're the standard right now.
They are. Well, it feels like they're front-loading so they can get out of deals easier, as opposed to backloading and you're stuck with them.
Yes. Dak Prescott comes to mind.
Of course he comes to mind.
Of course, because we're stuck with him.
He's always on your mind.
Here we go!
Stuck with you, Dak.
My quarterback, Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
There you go, Zack Martin.
Zack Martin doesn't have to be stuck with him anymore, does he?
Zack Martin listed a lot of players today, including Tony Romo.
Mm-hmm.
But when he got to Dak Prescott, he said,
my quarterback, Dak Prescott.
My quarterback.
Yeah.
His T.O. moment.
Although it was Romo that gave him the best hug, I think.
That was cute.
Wasn't that cute?
That was frameable.
Romo looked like a 12-year-old hugging his dad.
Everybody looks that way when you're by Zack Martin, unless you're in that offensive line room. Think about how little you would look in that picture.
Yes, I would.
I'd look like a 5-year-old if you were to hug me that way. In fact, I wouldn't even make the picture.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be swallowed up. I don't know. How tall is Romo? Romo's not 6 foot, is he? He's like 5'9", 5'10".
I think he's like taller than you, give or take.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Tony Romo?
Yeah. He's a bigger dude than most people think,
so.
But when you work with guys like Zack Martin who are monsters, I'll have to pull up a picture I've got with Zack Martin. I mean, again, it doesn't even look like you're human or he's human. There's a great picture of, I think it's me, Rob Thompson, Zach Thomas, and Lael Collins. And Rob Thompson looks little in that picture. And he's got his, sorority girl cheerleader pose, hand on hip deal.
Well, Lael Collins was a big man.
Well, and again, Zach is bigger.
Wow.
I mean, there's not a lot of people that can make Rob Thompson look little. And those two did.
Just happy that Jerry was talked out of that Johnny Manziel deal.
Oh, you ain't lying.
Wow. Can you imagine?
Are not lying.
Zack Martin be playing in Philadelphia, retiring from there today.
Oh, stop. Man.
I'm just
saying.
saying.
Make people throw up in their mouth
I'm
thinking
just
about
saying.
what could have been.
Think about it.
I'd rather not. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Let's talk about health as we age. You know, it may feel like you're lacking energy and strength. Maybe you're a little bit moody. You know, your libido isn't what it used to be. All of these could be caused by low testosterone. The answer is simple. Go get tested at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, where their patient-first VIP experience is fast and easy. And I recommend the providers at Synergenics because their personalized therapy goes beyond standard treatments. They've been the go-to experts in TRT for well over a decade. They got locations all over San Antonio, and not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. Personalized treatment is key. Not all guys have the same testosterone levels, so everybody needs something that is specific to them. Book your appointment now at synergenicshealth.com. Testosterone starts to decline in your 30s, so if you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, could be low T. Go get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. They do have affordable GLP-1 weight loss options as well. Get started. Go get that VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics. Book your appointment now at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com for Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at SASportsStar.com.
Thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
The Easter Bunny? He's lost his dazzle. His tail? Flatter than a pancake.
Yeah, no more poof, see?
And those eggs? They're supposed to be spiffy, colorful, full of magic, but they're drab, streaky, like they've been kissed by dust bunnies.
And when the Cabbage Wish shelling out for eggs, they ought to be the cat's pajamas. But nope, everything's on the fritz, and we know why.
Hard water.
Nasty build-up, filmy gunk. It's giving the whole shebang the heebie-jeebies.
It needs a Connecticut. Their line electric, high-efficiency water softness make water the bee's knees. Your skin, smoother than a gangster's alibi. And eggs?
Gleaming like gold in a G-Man's pocket.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off for trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE.
It's a limited time, so hop to it, see?
License number 38961.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Who was at Devin Vassell last night for the San Antonio Spurs? 37 points. The Spurs roll the Brooklyn Nets. Now they get back on the road. They'll travel to Sacramento to battle the Kings on Friday. Well, Micah Parsons' deal not yet done, but it just got a little more expensive. The Las Vegas Raiders and Pro Bowl defensive end Maxx Crosby, they've agreed to a 3-year, $106.5 million contract extension. He's the highest paid non-quarterback.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on
Hump day. Here we go. Just about there, man. Just about over that hump, sliding into the weekend. Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, and again, daylight savings changes this weekend. So, if you're one that likes to go home in the evenings and fire up the grill, you're going to have more daylight to be able to do that starting next week, which is great.
Well, now Joanna's off the hook. Because now with daylight savings time, you're going to have to go home and grill every night.
I'm down with that.
All right.
Although I'm not sure what kind of steaks I'm going to now get. Let's talk about it in the headline Blitz. Maybe.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Politicians are spending way too much time worrying about renaming things than getting us legalized sports gambling. But the Texas lieutenant governor, that Dan Patrick guy, he wants to rename New York strip steak to Texas strip steak.
Well, look, I think it's a gimmick for, for promoting beef sales.
Sure.
That's all it is. You can't do it. I read the history on this thing. It's crazy. Right? It was a New York City restaurant that first put this on and called it a New York strip. And so it just stuck, and everybody's stuck with it. I really don't care. I like New York strips, so they want to change the name. I really give a damn. But I think it's just a promotion more so than officially changing the name.
Well, the proposal has been backed by the Texas cattle feeders and cattle raisers and said that a resolution to this would be put before the Texas Senate.
Well, can't you just call it a Texas strip? Why do we need a resolution before the Texas Senate?
They won't put gambling on the ballot, but they'll spend time on this.
I don't understand that at all. Honestly, it's like, just call it a Texas strip. I mean, if a steakhouse in the good old city of San Antonio wanted to take New York strip off of their menu and add Texas strip, I don't think there's any law against that.
I think you can call it what you want. I mean,
exactly.
It's strip steak. You could, what's the word I'm looking for? You could call it the San Antonio strip.
You could call it that.
If you're, I don't know, in Las Vegas, do you call it a Las Vegas strip steak?
There
right?
you go.
I mean,
right?
You can almost do what you want. But I'm also thinking, Dan, if you're doing this, why don't we just claim, I don't know, a better cut? Why not all ribeyes just now be known as Texas ribeyes? Why do we get a Cowboy cut instead of a Texas cut when you're looking at the larger bone-in ribeyes?
Jerry Jones is behind it. That's it.
You think?
Sure. It's a Cowboy cut.
What's crazy is it's always been a strip steak until a restaurant in New York in 1837 put it on the menu as a New York strip steak.
Which was genius on their part, and it's stuck for all of this time.
Had nothing to do with a politician from anywhere.
But that's exactly, shouldn't have anything to do with a politician now. If I own a steakhouse, no more New York strips on there. We're going to name it the Texas Strip.
I'm curious because now I want to know, like, as often as I'm in there, I should be able to tell you everything in Tri-County Meat Market and what it's called. But I wonder when you walk up to the meat counter at Tri-County where the steaks are, does it say New York strip or does it just say strip steak?
I think it says New York strip. I don't know, but I think it does.
I mean, I'm like, if you're at the grocery store, are they all labeled New York strips or is it just strip steak?
That's a good question, Minix. I don't ever pay attention to that. And probably won't pay attention to that in the future. I like that one.
Well, that's it.
Give me two of those.
Well, and I'm trying to think if we're naming or renaming stuff, what do we start calling skirt steak or outside skirt steak, which is far better for fajitas, pro tip, than regular fajita?
Sure, I get that. Well, you just call it skirts.
Well, I mean,
we're making this too complicated.
Well, no,
here.
apparently we're not. I mean, I'm guessing Dan Patrick's getting some dollars from the Texas cattle feeders and cattle raisers.
Well, he said he got the idea because Trump changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. So now everybody wants to change everything. I want two of those, and I'm good.
Are you?
Sure.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you walk into Tri-County. I just look at the meat and give me.
Let that meat counter talk to you.
Give me two of those. It is a New York strip, according to David Wayme. He says he just checked the HEB app.
Okay. But that doesn't help us at Tri-County.
Well, it doesn't, but it helps you at HEB if you're there for that. You shouldn't be. The meat's much better at Tri-County. No offense, HEB. I've kind of insulted them twice now.
You don't like their coffee and you don't like their meat.
I'm sure the meat's fine. It's fine. It's just the one. I haven't tried them all, but the taste of San Antonio sucks.
You're not a fan, huh?
Not a fan, no.
You're not going to win your groceries for a year if you keep this up, sir.
Well, you know what? I've never won groceries for a year, so I'm not really.
Well, they've got that
anything.
contest going on right now.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
What do you have to do?
I don't know. You scan your app every time you're in HEB, and they're giving away groceries for a year every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean?
Eggs not included?
I just wonder what that means. Groceries for you get a limit? I mean, yeah, it's $100 a week, $100 a month.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying because it's like the Whataburger thing for a year that you win at Spurs games.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, I mean, it's not like you can go to Whataburger every day.
You get 52 burgers with no cheese.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Oh.
What do you mean? What? You get 52 burgers. If you want cheese, it costs extra.
That's fair enough. It costs extra now.
Well, yeah, but it's not like you get to go in every day or every once a week and put in the order you want. Whataburger for a year doesn't mean you get 5 meals every week or in every time you go in. It's not like an unlimited card.
That's too bad. But it is not Whataburger with cheese for a year. It's just Whataburger.
But what if I don't want a burger? What if I want the chicken strips?
Well, then you should have gotten chicken strips for a year.
That's not what they got.
You get Whataburger for a year.
It is a little misleading.
I see it very clearly.
I one time.
It could be apple pie for a year.
I one time in a raffle at a golf tournament won beer for a year.
Ah.
I thought, man, this is great. It was 12 cases.
So a case a month, huh? Nice.
Yep.
Well, for you, that wouldn't last you 3 months.
It's a weekend.
I know, right?
It was, but I was like, man, beer for a year. I got 12 cases of beer.
That's pretty good.
No, I mean, I wasn't complaining. But if they knew my beer consumption, you realize, I don't know, I mean, like 52 cases would have been better.
A case a week.
Sure. I mean, that's what I was getting off you during football season with all our beer bets.
I know, and you're probably out.
And it didn't last.
I got cold beer in my fridge.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, well,
that beer.
Jerry screwed me.
That beer didn't last. It's gone.
I'll come up with something else.
Okay.
Don't worry.
LeBron James made a little history last night.
LeBron, open three. Got it! 22 seasons, 40 years of age. LeBron James, 50,002 points.
22 seasons. That's quite a few, isn't it?
It's the fact that he's still playing at the level he is at his age.
No, it is incredible. I have to give him that. There's no doubt. And by the way, just transparency purposes, I'm the one that included the story on the rundown today.
Yes,
so,
yes, you did.
I'm not hating on LeBron. I think it's
Bronny has earned that.
Well, that's a different story. But I thought he deserved props for that. That was pretty cool. And I love when he made the shot, he just ran down like it was nothing.
Well, and the fact that he went into the game needing one. The more impressive part of him going over to the 50,000-point plateau is he did it with a 3.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy that's gotten to 50,000 points while not being a great three-point shooter. But on that one, he was able to knock down a 3 to go over that plateau. I thought that was the stranger part of the whole deal last night.
I tell you what, Luke is starting to come into shape. You better start talking about the L.A. Lakers when it comes to making some noise in the playoffs, because if they continue this way, Luke is getting comfortable, LeBron's comfortable with him. They're going to get some guys back. It's that's a team to watch. I'm telling you.
Are you still watching the TGL?
Some, yes. I have not watched it. I didn't watch it yesterday. Pledge was telling me about a shot Tiger hit.
I'm not into this, and apparently they're pulling out all the stops to get you to watch, like bringing Celine Dion into the arena. And I'm not sure what she was there. I just saw this clip online. But Marty Smith, and I love Marty Smith. He's fantastic. I don't know if this was planned, but if it wasn't, I'm even more impressed with Marty Smith, because in an interview with Celine Dion, like, hey, we're bored, let's go into the crowd and talk to Celine, he started singing with her.
There was one more very important question I needed to ask Celine, and that is, which song from your catalog best represents your golf game?
Okay. The one that comes to... Oh, some people have suggestions.
People have opinions.
No, but that's good. I would say near, far, where... Come on,
wherever you are, I believe that
my ball will
go on.
You're not bad.
I'm coming to Vegas with. I'm gonna come to Vegas for the residency.
All right.
Maddie, you are so jealous of me right now.
Wherever you are. By the way, while we're on this theme, can I get something off my chest? Rose was so selfish to push Jack off the floating door. I've never gotten over that.
All right. Well, whatever. I mean, but I'm glad Matt Berry brought up the Titanic, because I wasn't sure what song that was. I don't know that I would have been able to do that. In fact, I know I would not have been able to do that in the moment. She would have started singing. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, dude, I would have. I would have been able to do that. Most people would have been able to do that.
You think?
Most people knew that was from the Titanic. Come on. That's a classic movie. Classic. By the way, DiCaprio got off the door himself. because there wasn't enough room for him. He made that call.
Oh, good Lord. Props to Marty Smith for doing that.
No, that was good.
And on the clip that I saw online, they cut to Josh Allen, and Josh Allen looked like, please don't make me sing.
Yeah.
Please don't make me sing. So I guess he was there. And I'm seeing on YouTube, I guess Roger Clemens was there. He sang last night for Toby Keith.
Really?
So the TGL must suck that they've got all the, like, who can we bring in and what can we do besides watch people play on a golf simulator?
Well, you're watching some great players. The problem is, like, Rory and Tiger didn't even make the playoffs.
The TGL's already into the playoffs?
Going into the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
So they didn't make it. So you got, and that's another strike against
just
viewership.
About to make it appointment viewing for me.
Yeah.
I don't give it.
I thought Celine Dion had a throat problem. Wasn't she sick or something for a while? Where she couldn't sing. Honestly, I'm not being...
Hot tea, honey, and a San Antonio blend cup of coffee from H-E-B, and she's fine.
Dude, it's not San Antonio blend. It's a taste of San Antonio.
Is it not a blend?
No, it's a taste of San Antonio.
Is it still a blend?
I have no idea.
All coffee flavors are a blend.
Just so we know, it's taste of San Antonio.
All right, good. Add a little honey, and her voice is good to go.
Well, this was serious, Minix, all right? Okay, this was not a joke, buddy, or a cold. This was serious business.
Was Celine?
Yes.
She's fine now.
Apparently so.
You just heard her singing with Marty Smith.
She's fantastic.
She's probably wondering what the hell happened to her career.
Apparently going back, yeah. I'm in a golf simulator singing a song I haven't sung in 20 years.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I didn't see any of that. I was watching the Spurs play like I thought they should be playing all year, especially a guy named Devin Vassell. Let's talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, though, we got to talk about Stevens Roofing. I have to do that because I love this company. Family-owned company, local company, and, well, they're absolutely the best in the business. There's no question in my mind. I know that because they've been in business for a long, long time, and, well, they're doing something right. You don't stay in business if you're not. And right now, you need to get your roof prepared for what you know is coming. It happens every spring. We get these thunderstorms with the hail, the wind, the rain, all of that kind of stuff. It can put your roof through a beating. There's no question about it. So you need to get Stevens Roofing out to your house and let them do a free roof inspection. They'll come out. They'll do that. They'll let you know if anything's wrong, or they'll also tell you if everything is A-OK. The number to call is 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net. Look, you don't want to let Texas weather catch you off guard. You want to call Stevens Roofing. Keep your family safe, and Stevens Roofing is here to make sure you are always covered. Stevens Roofing, protecting Texas families, one roof at a time. That phone number again, 210-785-0994.
Ready for the ultimate sports fan getaway? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is headed to Vegas, and we're bringing you along. Why? Because watching the games from your couch in sweatpants just isn't the same. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz for a Mega March weekend you'll never forget or possibly remember. We're talking Vegas here. March 27th through the 30th, we're hitting up Circa Las Vegas for opening day. And the second weekend of the tournament, a.k.a. Sports Heaven, baby. Thursday, March 27th, the party starts with baseball's opening day at the world's largest sports book. That's right, big screens, big games, and big opinions from Jason and Joe. It's basically like watching sports at home, but with no chores and way more pools. Speaking of pools, dive into 6 of them at Stadium Swim and catch all the action on a 143-foot screen. Lock in now. Go to circalasvegas.com. Use promo code BLITZ and party with Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, pools, Vegas. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. The second half of the basketball season is here. The race to playoffs is on, and there's no better time to get Prize Picks because the money, it's heating up. 1,000 times your cash, Taco Tuesdays, and the way they pay, let me tell you. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your accounts. There's no better way to get started with Prize Picks than right now as basketball season ends. And here's the best thing about Prize Picks is you can combine different leagues. Picks. You got a favorite in the pros, you got a favorite in the college, you can put them together to really maximize your bets. And remember the code ALAMO. Remember, you download that when you sign up today. There's money to be had. No better place than Prize Picks right now. As the basketball season winds down, go for the place to get the best cash with your favorite sports. That's Prize Picks. You know what you're doing. Go play. In fact, go run your game.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country, it all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-838-6161. That's 800-838-6161. 800-838-6161.
Rock's Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rock's the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rock's has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rock's know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience, rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Start your wellness journey with the YMCA. Join any Monday in March and enjoy no joining fees. Get a sneak peek of what the Y has to offer as their guest on Monday, March 17th. Don't miss out. No join fees any Monday in March. Join the YMCA today and save towards your wellness journey.
The Aggies play here. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to 94.1 San.
Aggies take down #1 Auburn last night.
Yep.
UTSA baseball takes down A&M last night. What a interesting day. Because I think the Aggies baseball team is ranked #2.
Yeah, they're up there. That's for sure.
Before we get to the Spurs, I just saw this on Twitter from Taylor Wartnaby. Wartnaby, is that how you say your name?
That's what it looks like.
She works over at KABB and WAI. Wartnaby. She retweets this deal, or tweets about this deal, a scam alert. The San Antonio Humane Society says that people are being contacted by scammers claiming to be from the San Antonio Humane Society, telling them they have found your missing pet. Then they demand money for urgent surgeries and other situations. The Humane Society says they would never do that. So if you get a call like that you're missing your dog or your cat or whatever, and you get a call from somebody and they say, oh, yeah, it's emergency surgery, I need $3,000, give me your credit card, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
And my guess is because so many people, when they lose a pet, they post online so many places and your phone number's there, and that makes it easy for scammers to be able to get your number and call you that way.
Yeah, that's true. Look, ask questions. Don't just give people your credit card number willy-nilly. Yeah, don't do that.
I mean, imagine, and you could see it, one of your dogs gets out a little doggy door and then sneaks through the gate, and you guys are trying to post, and somebody calls Maggie, your wife, not you, calls your wife.
Yep.
Maggie, we found your dog, but its knee is bad, and emergency surgery is needed. Need your credit card because we need to start surgery, and here's where we're doing it, but we got to get going on this, or your dog's not going to make it.
With a knee problem.
Well,
that's nice, yeah.
You know what? Your dog was hit by a car, needs this surgery.
Sure.
I could see where people are frantic and thinking it's real. All right, here's my credit card. I'm on the way.
You know, there's a special place in hell for people like that.
Yes,
honestly.
there are.
There really is.
Yes.
There really is. So stop it.
It's kind of along the lines of calling the old people and got your grandsons in jail. Here's what we're going to need.
Right.
We need a gift card. You can do it that way.
Yeah, I can do it that way. Sure.
Yeah, you're right. Be aware of the scammers, especially if you've lost your little dog or cat.
Yes, and I hope you find said dog or cat.
Yes. But for a lot of you, including Joe's wife, that's their babies.
Well, there's no doubt.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Whatever it takes.
And her baby has gotten out of the backyard too.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I had to put the reinforced steel cage around the gate.
Yeah. And it no longer has bad knees.
No.
Your little dogs.
That dog runs a 40 faster than Pledge.
And most people do. I don't know if I should be excited that the Spurs won last night or pissed because they won last night, because we're trying to get into the lottery at this point. But, man, was it nice to see Devin Vassell score 37 points. He was 8 of 11 from three-point range. Now, I don't need to see that every night because I know that's impossible, but what we saw from Devin Vassell last night is kind of what we always kind of thought we should see from Devin Vassell.
That's the guy we've been waiting for, isn't it? I mean, and you know he's got it in him. He's a talented guy, obviously, and he puts up numbers like he did last night. Yeah, that's the guy you want to see, and that's the guy that every Spurs fan has been waiting for. He just has not gotten there. So you see that last night. Now you get all excited about it. If he could put some consistent numbers together like that, that's a phenomenal game. Not expecting that every night, but if he could put some consistency together, then the Spurs. I mean, that's wonderful news.
Well, and again, you look at, they were solid from 3-point range, 18 of 39, but Devin Vassell leading the way, and it's been a roller coaster year for him. He even talked last night. It's mental.
It's a mental game. It's definitely a lot of mental. I feel like we've talked about it at the beginning of the season. Obviously, I didn't have the summer that I wanted to have when it comes to preparing and just working out and staying in the gym. I was doing a lot of rehab and stuff, but it's not an excuse. Just staying confident. Like you said, there's games I can't get 6 shots and not be aggressive. There's games, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I get it. Like, there's different games, and every game is going to be different, but like, just being that aggressive, I think that's what everybody's looking for, and that's fine. Like, I hold myself to a standard. I know everybody else holds me to a standard, and I just got to accept that.
Absolutely, you're held to a standard. And I'm glad that you accept that, because you should. I mean, you're making a pretty good living over there, and the expectations came when you were drafted. So yes, and I'm glad to see that this is happening. I just want to see some consistency. We've been talking a lot about it, Minix. How are the Spurs going to in the season, right? What is their focus going to be? I hope for Devin Vassell, his focus is becoming more consistent. I don't necessarily need him taking 11 threes every game, but if you're hot, you're hot, and obviously he was last night.
Well, I mean, overall, he led the team in field goals attempted at 20. He was 14 of 20. And with no Wemby there, is he back to being the number one option? I was a little surprised that De'Aaron Fox went 7 of 12. He only had 12 shots. But one of those two guys without Wemby is going to have to be the guy that you're running the offense through, taking the most shots. Steph Castle had 15. He continues to put his stamp on Rookie of the Year, and I think he needs less than 10 more games played to actually qualify to win Rookie of the Year. But after he had his issues on the road where he got benched and limited playing time, he certainly has bounced back. And, I think this team right now, no Wemby, Pop not coming back this year, what are they going to be? And you look at a guy like Chris Paul, comes in, obviously this year hasn't gone the way everybody thought when he signed here. He plays well last night, 4 or 5 shooting, finishes with 11 points, but it's what he said after the game about Pop's visit to the team earlier in the week.
It's tough, man, but, as people always say, life is lifing. Things happen. Things happen that are bigger than the game, and so I think my relationship with Pop goes way beyond whether or not he gets a chance to coach me, and so just getting a chance to see him the other day was special. A lot of things aren't ideal. We didn't know that Vic would have the situation that he's had and all the different things, but there's a lot of gratitude that comes with just being able to go out and continue to compete, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, well, that doesn't sound good, does it? For Gregg Popovich's sake, but I think we knew that from the reports that we heard after his meeting with the team. Look, Chris Paul and Pop go way back, obviously mutual respect for each other, and I think that's one of the reasons, and maybe the biggest reason, he came here. He wanted to play. He knew he'd get that opportunity, but he also wanted to be coached by Gregg Popovich.
It'd be interesting to see what happens moving forward because at this point, and I hate tanking. Hated tanking when we actually tanked to get Wemby. But just knowing how it all works, a win last night, I know Brooklyn is bad. Defense still wasn't good. You got to win every now and then just to win, and maybe that's what it was. But, it really is a race to the lottery at this point for the San Antonio Spurs. That's the best that could come out of this season. Now, if Devin can develop into being that guy, and again, with Wemby and Fox, Devin's got to be comfortable being the third or fourth option. Right now, he needs to be a higher priority just because of, you don't have a Wemby there, but does he have that mindset to not be the guy? Last night, he got to be the guy, and I just wonder, as you think about the future with the Devin Vassell, knowing that he can go be the guy, is he more comfortable in that role versus when he's not the guy and he's not comfortable in that role because he didn't have enough games like what we saw last night when Wemby was on the floor. And so you wonder if it's just the mindset of he wants to be the guy and he ain't on this Spurs team.
Well, so how do you handle that if you're Devin Vassell? You adjust, or you're going to get booted out of here. That's just the bottom line. There's really no other way to look at it. He's got to adjust, and if he can't do that, and he wants to be the guy somewhere, then he needs to go be that guy somewhere. But I want to see what this team is going to look like. You keep talking about Chris Paul. What's going to happen for him? God bless him, Hall of Famer, but it's time. Yeah. Let's build this team to what it is going to be and not what it was. If he served his time here and teaching the guys that are going to remain here, that's great. And well done. It's great having Chris Paul in a San Antonio Spurs uniform. But it's time to get this team where it's going to be. What is this team? What's the identity of this team? Right now, they don't really have one, especially with Wemby out. You got Wemby and De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle, who it looks like he's going to be all that's advertised. So you've got a foundation. Now let's add to that foundation and move forward instead of looking back. That's why people talk about, how about Kevin Durant? That'd be awesome. It'd be great for fans. But for the future of this team, I'm just not sure that would do any good.
Going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Hey, don't forget our golf tournament coming up April 14th, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get signed up, sasportstar.com. We're going to be playing out at the Golf Club of Texas, which is in great shape.
Which you could probably, and you should, go out this weekend and get a practice round in. The weather is fantastic, and it's going to be. I just looked at the weather forecast. Beautiful weekend on tap here in San Antonio, Texas. Great time to go out and play some golf, and the best place to do that is the Golf Club of Texas. They have done so much improving that golf course and the aesthetics, the way it looks, the way it feels, everything about it is upgraded. It is a fantastic place. In fact, you might think it's a country club when you drive out there. It looks like it, feels like it. It's not, though. It is open to the public 7 days a week. And the people out there are just the best. They're fantastic. Oh, by the way, they've also got the 10 Cup Bar and Grill out there, which is really, it's hard to beat anywhere. It really is. The food is fantastic. There's beer all over the place, any kind that you can imagine. Plus, there's mixed drinks as well. They can take care of you. They have a nice little bar outside that you can sit around. It's just a great place, and you should get out there. Get out there this weekend. The best way to do that is go to golfclubtexas.com. golfclubtexas.com. That's where the best rates are always there. So you go there, book your tee time for this weekend, and get out there and enjoy the Golf Club of Texas. You know where it is. Right off Briggs Ranch Road, right there off Highway 90. Whether you're going for dinner at the 10 Cup or around with your buddies, or your next tournament like we're doing out at the Golf Club of Texas, go check them out. Again, golfclubtexas.com. Go there now. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle as free agent period begins next week. Should the Cowboys be looking to keep Rico or look for a back? We're going to talk about it.
And we've got some magical college basketball being played on Wednesday night. We get to recap that as we get into conference tourney season. Party starts at 6. Don't be late.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With basketball season in full swing, make watching the game a little bit more exciting with your chance to win money with Underdog, one of the leading sports apps, and you can play in Texas. You could win up to 1,000 times your money with Underdog, playing the pick'em game where you pick higher or lower on predicted stats. You can play with as little as $1, and if you get everything right on your pick'em entry, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Yep, turn $1 into 1,000 with your hoops knowledge. Download the Underdog app and sign up using my promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-838-6161. That's 800-838-6161. 800-838-6161.
Guys, if you're not feeling like yourself anymore, testosterone therapy or TRT may be the answer. Look for the VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. With over a decade of TRT experience, book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jay Simonix. Friday, the Blitz live out at Mellow Mushroom in Stone Oak, 2 to 6. Come happy hour with us Friday. Cold beverage, good pizza.
Great food all the way around.
Pretzel bites and that beer cheese. Can't go wrong with that.
I'm looking forward to lunch.
Yes.
For sure. And then who knows? Might be dinner after that.
Might be.
Could be.
Yeah. A calzone.
Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Good pizza with no pineapple. It's going to be fantastic Friday.
You remember LaShawn McCoy?
Well, of course.
I'm reading an article here that he's not a big fan of Justin Fields.
You think?
And says that he can't play and he can't throw.
Well, that's a problem when you're a quarterback.
And he shouldn't be leading the Pittsburgh Steelers because he can't lead them anywhere. Those are quotes from LaShawn McCoy.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what the Steelers are going to do at quarterback. I don't think Russell Wilson's the guy. And Justin Fields, if they decide not to keep him, then they're back where they started from. Basically back where they started from. They haven't had a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger.
You know, it's funny. When you feel like you have a guy, you stay with that guy, whether he's the guy or not. Because every team is searching for a quarterback. And fan base might not like it, but the Cowboys feel like they've got a guy. Zack Martin, in his press conference today, couldn't say enough about Dak Prescott as his quarterback.
Football is about relationships, and I've been fortunate to share this journey with some incredible men and teammates over 11 seasons. Jason Witten, Tony Romo, Doug Free, Ron Leary, Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, right side, Lyle Collins, Connor Williams, Joe Looney, Sean Lee, Tyrone Crawford, Jeff Heath, Cam Lawrence, Anthony Hitchens, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jordan Lewis, my quarterback, Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard, Dalton Schultz, Cooper Rush, Leighton Vander Esch, Tyler Biadasz, Terrence Steele, Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, C.J. Goodwin, Brock Hoffman, T.J. Bass, Matt Waletzko, Tyler Smith, Dakota Shepley, Awesome Richards, and the countless others that I've missed.
Yeah, countless others. I was thinking he was going to list every player he ever played with, man. That was pretty good. He's got to say that about Prescott. I mean, what are you going to do?
You know what?
Quarterback, Dak Prescott.
I mean, again, the way he's at Tony Romo was there. He mentioned Tony Romo, but that's his quarterback. But you also, if you read what Zack Martin wrote in the Players Tribune, which, we had an incredible press conference today, and then, this piece is in the Players Tribune. He says, quote, and last but not least, Dak Prescott. Just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know I've told you this before, Dak, but you're the kind of person and leader I aspire to be like in my own life. I will miss having your back out there, buddy, but our bond goes well beyond football. And Dak you hear that universally from guys that have been around Dak Prescott. And as much stuff as he takes from the fan base, his teammates love him. His teammates love Dak Prescott. With Tony Romo in the room, Zack Martin didn't hide his feelings towards Dak and having both there. I mean, and again, you're talking about what is Pittsburgh going to do? They've been on a hunt for a quarterback forever, and I think that's part of why Jerry keeps ponying up money. You think you've got the guy. Now, I think we all know Dak Prescott's only going to lead you so far. You better surround him with some other people that can carry him across the finish line, but at least you know what you have in Dak Prescott, and if you have Dak Prescott or a franchise quarterback, you feel like you've got a chance.
Look, they have surrounded Dak Prescott with players, and he still hasn't gotten it done. So, I didn't mind his first contract. I thought it was fine, and I got it. This second contract's a disaster as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it was a horrible thing that Jerry did. And I get finding a quarterback and all of that, but I'm not sure you have one now. And you don't. Not anybody that can lead you anywhere. What LaShawn McCoy said about Justin Fields, you could say about Dak Prescott. He's not going to lead you anywhere meaningful because he hasn't. And so I don't know what the difference is, quite frankly.
Well, he hasn't, except for at least he's got the tools to be able to do it. You know he can throw the ball. You know he is a leader of men in that locker room.
I agree with that completely.
And, I mean, statistically, and again, it's all about playoff success, and he does not have any of that. But to say that he is the same as Justin Fields.
I'm just saying you could say the same thing because he hasn't led this team anywhere meaningful. And he hasn't. You can't argue that.
No, nobody does. But to say that he can't, he hasn't done it yet, but that's different than will he, can he. I know what he is, so Jerry's got to put some other guys around him. I mean, and Jerry has done that before, and Dak Prescott has come up short in playoff games. But in some of those games, a lot of other people have come up short too.
Well, absolutely.
And so,
but the quarterback gets the credit too much and too much of the blame. That's the way it works.
That's it. But again, I see in going this last contract. Again, I'm not necessarily a fan of it either, but I deal in reality. Jerry did nothing to prepare for life after Dak Prescott, so you knew he was going to get it. And when you're next, you're going to be the highest paid guy. So it just doesn't surprise me. Would I have been okay with a change at quarterback if the Cowboys had done it the right way and planned properly like Green Bay did, moving on from Aaron Rodgers with a Jordan Love ready to go or a Jalen Hurts ready to take over for a Carson Wentz? Cowboys didn't do that. So they were committed to Dak Prescott long before you were. They knew that was their plan all along.
Well, look, I mean, Dak, to give that man the money they gave him, and next, I'm not sure who's going to get more than Dak Prescott. And I guarantee you, I can't guarantee it. But no other team in the NFL would have paid Dak Prescott what Jerry's paying him. They wouldn't have. And I'm convinced of it. I just don't think the guy's got what it takes to lead this team anywhere in the playoffs. And they've got so many holes to fill this year. And again, I'm not sure how Dak Prescott, is he going to be 100%? Is he going to be okay? We're all assuming he is, but I don't know that. I don't know if you got Trayvon Diggs, who may never come back, DeMar Overshown, who, looking at week 6 or 7, there's a lot of holes here. And I just don't think Dak is the guy. Unfortunately, you're stuck with him. You're stuck with him for 4 years.
And they've got to go surround him, but they also have to prepare for life after Dak Prescott, too, which
Sam Darnold's available. They could have had him to bridge the gap. Aaron Rodgers, he's out there. He looked great in the Cowboy uniform.
Again, they don't need a quarterback now. They've got him.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
they should have needed a quarterback because you let Dak play the contract out, and boom, you got a new quarterback.
Well, they had Trey Lance ready to go. That didn't work. That was a big.
That was horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible. I mean, but but the Cowboys approached this offseason, and again, I know what Jerry said today. I don't know if I'm going to go fill voids in free agency, but they're clearing up room on the roster, on the salary cap space. Dak's deal redone today. CDs yesterday frees up $56 million and change. So it feels like the Cowboys are going to do something, and the attitude around the Cowboys seems a little bit different. Osa Odigizua got his new contract yesterday, and by all accounts, the Cowboys got a great deal done with Osa.
Hell of a deal.
If you're a Cowboy fan, you can't complain that the front office did anything wrong in getting that deal done. But the coaching staff, new head coach Brian Schottenheimer in particular, man, with quite a touch. This was Osa earlier today on Kay Adams' show.
We have the guy we want. The team, the locker room loves Shotty, and I think that's part of where it starts. I believe he's a smart guy, and just the person that he is. He's a good dude, Called me afterwards.
Really?
Said congratulations. Me and my family went to dinner. He found out where we went to dinner at, and he sent me a little gift too. Just the kind of care that he has for us, and it's the kind of coach that you can run through a wall for.
What did he send you? What did he send? Tell me.
A bottle of champagne.
He did. He found out where you guys were going, and he said, "Deliver." That's a classy touch. That's nice.
Guy.
All right.
Sure.
Think about
that. Was a classy touch. That was great.
When you start thinking about why Schottenheimer got the job, you just start, I'd run through the wall for that guy. Now, granted, Shotty is now setting the standard that he's got to stalk you where you're going for dinner and send that champagne, which he could afford to do. He probably writes that off. Jerry will pay for it.
I'm sure he will.
But the gesture and what he say, I'd run through a wall for that guy.
Absolutely. Look, I don't doubt that at all, and I'm sure all the players feel the same way. Nobody has said anything bad about it. Not that they would publicly, but I thought that's a classy thing to do. I think it was a great thing to do, and Osa appreciated it. Very classy thing to do.
And for a guy that was on the offensive side of the building, I don't know what his relationship is with a guy like Osa at this point. Listening to Shotty talk in Indianapolis, as now the head coach, he said, I've got to make the effort to get to know those guys a little bit better. Off to a great start with that. I mean, still got to go win some games, specifically in the playoffs, Shotty, but perception about you starting to change a little bit too.
Well, Shotty now just started something, though.
Yeah.
Does anybody get signed now? He's going to have to find out where the hell they're having dinner.
Did Wanye Thomas get a champagne bottle sent, or is that only for an $80 million deal?
How about Brock Hoffman? They signed him yesterday as well. So
you and I know Brock Hoffman pretty well, man. That's just a case of flight by Yingling.
Well,
that guy wouldn't know what to do with bubbly.
And 3 double cheeseburgers, if I recall.
Yes, exactly. He wasn't at Hoffman didn't go to a steakhouse last night. He went to a good local burger joint in Dallas.
I'm sure he did. Exactly right.
That's funny.
Chicken wings.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you need caps done. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, go see Sam. You need your logo on a nice fishing shirt, a golf shirt, a dress shirt, any kind of shirt, any kind of gear. You need your logo put on something, Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sammy is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, no order too big. And he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410, next to, the old Big Lots and right across from McDonald's. Check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is nice because you can just keep doing you. So keep on using that broken phone charger because it occasionally works. Keep quoting something you heard on a podcast as your own. Keep ignoring your sister's texts while you drive and after. And when baggage claim says, have a great trip, keep on saying, you too. And keep driving safely. And you could save with Snapshot from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
The St. Patty's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest ever, spanning 2 days. Sunday, March 16th, it's a crawfish boil, all you can eat for $10. Then on St. Patrick's Day, Monday, it's a block party. The green beer will be flowing with live music starting at 2 with Irish Goodbye. Finding Friday takes the stage at 5. DJs inside both the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant. Plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
It's time for the herd you love. It's time for professional spring football. The San Antonio Brahmas are back, bringing you more of the action, the celebration, and the unforgettable moments you love. Join us for our home opener Sunday, April 27th at 2 when the Brahmas bring the Fiesta to the gridiron with our Viva Fiesta, Viva Brahmas themed game. Bring the energy to the Alamo Dome as your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Houston Roughnecks. Tickets on sale now at UFLBrahmas.com. That's UFLBrahmas.com. Our town, our team, our herd.
Start your wellness journey with the YMCA. Join any Monday in March and enjoy no joining fees. Get a sneak peek of what the Y has to offer as their guest on Monday, March 17th. Don't miss out. No join fees any Monday in March. Join the YMCA today and save towards your wellness journey.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Your life, your goals, your legacy. With a dedicated Fidelity advisor, it's all part of a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Visit Fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
Being arrested is embarrassing, humiliating, and potentially life-changing. If you want to rewrite the script on the worst night of your life, then you're going to need a stable of aggressive and skilled attorneys. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, Attorneys at Law. We are here to get your life and reputation back. Visit TexasArrest.com or call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. As a former major crimes prosecutor, I've seen almost every type of arrest scenario play out, from small degree drug accusations to death penalty capital murders. I've handled almost every type of case the state of Texas can charge you with. At Barton & Associates, we know how to flip the script and get your life back on track. Call us at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit us at TexasArrest.com. That's TexasArrest.com. Barton & Associates, we are here to get your life and reputation back.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys have triggered the restructuring of quarterback Dak Prescott's contract. Saves the team about $36.6 million on the cap. You combine that with C.D. Lamb's restructure yesterday, the Cowboys have created $56.6 million in cap space. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones expects the team to prioritize the draft over acquiring players early in free agency. He said that today after the Zack Martin press conference.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo
17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Happy Hump Day, everybody.
Hump Day?
Yeah.
Here we go.
You get the stripped-down off-season version.
Yes.
The OTAs.
Not quite. We just finished the combine.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, as far as your hump days go, you're not back into ready to be in the full swing training mode yet.
Not yet.
Because you haven't come up with what you're going to do differently, which is going to ultimately end up being exactly what you used to do.
It could be.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
There's nothing else you could do with that to make it better.
Well, I got to find something for Wednesday, or maybe pick a new day, and we'll find something fresh and new for, I don't know, like a Tuesday.
Like Taco Tuesday?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
That's LeBron's thing.
Well, I mean.
Taco Tuesday! Is that LeBron?
Bronny has earned it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
Well, yeah, he does. You've never seen those videos?
I
Dude
probably
gets overly
have.
excited about
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
Well, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Huh. All right. I guess maybe he takes tacos home to Bronny.
It's possible. I mean, it depends if
Bronny has earned it.
He's earned his dinner.
Well, Bronny actually was in the building last night. He was on the Lakers roster to watch his dad hit the 50,000-point plateau.
We got to share that special
Well, that's
moment.
Daddy. Yeah. So that was nice. Glad he got to do that. He actually got 4 minutes worth of playing time, too.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Four whole minutes.
4 minutes.
Man. It's about
lifetime to some people.
It is, right? Sure as hell is. Depends on what you're talking about, Pledge.
Oh, you know what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, I mean, 4 minutes?
4 minutes? 4 minutes.
4 whole minutes.
In fact, you just get an announcer voice. 2 minutes. And I'm like, okay.
So you need Kevin Brock.
Yeah.
2 minutes. What did Kevin you say? Dos minutos. It was Stan Kelly that just went straight 2 minutes.
Yep.
Not as nasally as Stan. 2 minutes. That was bad. Sorry, Stan.
You know, Kevin Brock, our good buddy.
Yep.
He's got that voice.
Yes.
Brock's got that announcer voice. He's real deep.
That's why he's a good PA.
Yeah, he is a good PA guy. He is. He's a hell of a bowler too, by the way.
He is. Exactly. So
they go hand in hand.
What you want in your PA announcer is how well do you bowl, sir? Because
exactly.
You got a game 2 days a week. You got to do something the rest of your time. They got bowling, and I've seen him golf, so I'm glad he's a good bowler.
I've never had the pleasure of seeing him play golf, so maybe that's a good thing. Huh?
I am not one to be critical of anybody's golf game, but if Kevin and I are out there playing together and playing our own ball, we're in for a 10-hour day.
You better watch out, too, if you're on the golf course anywhere with you two guys.
What do you mean?
Well, you hit the ball anywhere.
Oh, we might, but we're not going to hit it far enough to hurt anybody.
Oh. It's time. We need another Sports Star golf outing.
Well, you missed the last one.
I did.
I mean.
Don't remind me of that,
what do you
all right?
mean don't remind you?
Well, it's because of a gender reveal.
A gender reveal.
Yes.
Trying to figure out why Pledge went with that sound effect for a gender reveal.
I don't know if that was the gender reveal or the fact that I'm just upset because I missed the golf outing.
Missed a great time.
I have no doubt. Yeah, so one thing that Sports Star personalities and producers and everybody else can do very well is we can drink and have a good time.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're pretty
golf,
good at that. We're pretty good at that.
You know, not all of us.
Some of us can.
I mean, but not all of us.
Not all of you.
Not all of us.
Not all of you.
Now, I know you had a gender reveal because I saw that was all Facebook official and everything.
Yes.
But you seem to always have a reason or excuse when Pledge is involved in our golf outings.
I've been on the golf course with Pledge.
I know, and there's been a rematch challenge, and every time that we've done this, you've had something. You've either had, I don't know, a gender reveal. Can't make it, boys. I'm going to Mexico. All
valid reasons.
Wine tasting.
Yeah.
Wine tasting.
The wine tasting time.
I had a wine
book club
tasting
thing.
I had a wine tasting?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I don't remember that day.
You and Maggie were doing, I don't know, some kind of wine tasting thing with some friends.
Oh, yeah, the wine club was at your place.
Oh,
and
that's
you weren't
what it
allowed
was.
to go
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Pledge, I'm in.
The wine club. You're in for what?
Well, I'm in. When is he available? He's not going to be here this weekend.
Well, you're not available this weekend.
Sure I am.
Are you?
Why wouldn't I be?
I don't know. You're busy Saturday.
Well, Saturday.
Actually, you're not available. Reinegel's in for a week. Reinagel is in for a week. Although maybe you probably should go play golf.
That's what I'm saying, and Maggie's already said it's not a problem, so I might have to do that.
Reinegel's getting replaced for a week.
I am. There'll be another man in my house taking my wife.
What? You got to rephrase that.
He's a 3-month-old man, okay?
You got to rephrase that.
Yeah, don't be putting that one out there, Pledge. All right? I'm just saying the new grandson is going to stay with us for a week, beginning Saturday.
Yes.
So I've already been told. I mean, it literally, I'm second fiddle all week.
All week.
Well,
actually third because you still have the dogs.
Well, yeah,
I mean, but in reality.
So it will be that way. So she probably just as soon I ventured off and did something else.
The question is, will you change a diaper?
No, I won't. I won't do that. But no, we're excited, and she is really excited about it. So
sure.
So that makes me happy.
Absolutely. You won't sleep?
No, the kid, from what we've been told, the only problem is.
Kid's in California. His schedule's going to be 2 hours
going to be
off.
screwed off, and then you got daylight savings time change.
Yeah.
So it could be.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I mean, Maggie's so happy. She's not going to bother me. She's going to want to take care of that kid and do whatever.
Yeah, for 2 days.
So how old's the kid? Let's see, born late November, so you got December, January, 3 months. Going on 4. He's practically an adult. Ought to go get a job.
Hand him a beer.
Come on.
Exactly. I mean, last time you had a grandson, you just threw him in the pool all weekend.
Exactly
and,
right.
But I don't know that you could do that with a 3-month-old.
No, can't do that. But remember, one of those days I was on my own.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Maggie had to leave for business, and so I was on my own. And so the pool was a great babysitter.
And it kept you from having to change diapers. I mean, it was a win-win.
It was. There was a lot of chlorine in that pool. Plenty.
Oh, my goodness.
It was awesome.
Oh, my goodness. What are we giving away here, Pledge? Hot Wheels? I think
Really?
the 3-month-old might be a little too young for this.
I mean, like the little cars, Hot Wheels?
No, Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live.
Oh.
Glow and Fire. Happening at the Frostbank Center, July 26th or the 27th. Do we know what day we're giving these away to? One of the 2 days. Is it a pick your day or a random whatever shows up in the email? All right, Pledge, you got a lot of information here, Pledge.
I got the information given to me. We've got 2 days worth of shows to give away, and neither one is specified.
All right. Well, one of the 2 days, you don't have an option. July 26th or 27th. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, again, you got a little kid, these kind of things are always a blast. Win a pair of tickets right now in honor of Zack Martin, who wore number – I know what his number was, Pledge. How many holding penalties did he have in his career?
Oh,
7?
Wow.
Yeah. Caller 7, these tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll get into some of the Cowboys news that they are making coming up again. Caller 7 right now. You're going to go see Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live, Glow and Fire. If you don't win the tickets, frostbankcenter.com. You can go and buy them. you think about everything that's going on in life. You know, it's March 5th. Summer is right around the corner. If your wife has been dropping hints, maybe she wants a mommy makeover, do a little tummy tuck, you need to go see Dr. Connie Hires, Plastic Surgery and Med Spa. Call them, mention the Blitz right now. Take $2,000 off the mommy makeover, $1,000 off the tummy tuck when you call Dr. Connie Hires and mention the Blitz.
Outstanding. And, of course, the M-Sculpt Neo is the thing that we did, and that thing's still working.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps working even after you're done with the treatments. That is a fantastic deal. It really is, and it just kind of tones your abs or your arms, your legs, and even your little hiney if you wanted to do that. It can do that as well. It burns fat and builds muscle all at the same time. This is a remarkable thing. If you're not into sit-ups, well, let the machine do it for you. It's very relaxing, actually.
And again, if you're trying to fix the old dad bod, time for lipo 1, 2, 3. First area 20% off, second area 30% off, third area 40% off. It's like a discount for every slice of pizza you regret. Call Dr. Connie Hires. Mention the Blitz when you do that. 210-494-8446 or the website findyourbeautiful.com. That's findyourbeautiful.com.
The Easter Bunny? He's lost his dazzle. His tail? Flatter than a pancake.
Yeah, no more poof, see?
And those eggs? They're supposed to be spiffy, colorful, full of magic, but the trap, streaky, like they've been kissed by dust bunnies.
And when the cabbage we're shelling out for eggs, they ought to be the cat's pajamas. But nope, everything's on the fritz, and we know why.
Hard water.
Nasty build-up, filmy gunk. It's giving the whole shebang the heebie-jeebies.
It needs a Kinetico. Their non-electric, high-efficiency water softness make water the bee's knees. Your skin, smoother than a gangster's alibi. And eggs?
Gleaming like gold in a G-Man's pocket.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off for trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE.
It's a limited time, so hop to it, see?
License number 38961.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in Iraq, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. That's exactly what I did. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home evaluation. That's Orchard.com.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sportsbook, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com. And join Jason and Joe at Circa Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rocks the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rocks has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rocks know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. The station, at SA Sports Star.
Hope everybody's having a great day. Appreciate you stopping by here.
Yep, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Not as windy today.
A.K.A. Hump Day. Is it not as windy? It is. It was when I came in. It was pretty windy.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It wasn't windy earlier.
Yeah.
Was it for you? It wasn't for me. Not as bad as...
Well, yesterday was pretty bad.
Yesterday, driving home, dodging all the trash cans. And I saw photos, people with tree limbs that had fallen down and landed on cars, and driving home in the dust wasn't near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Although...
No, that wasn't bad. It was just kind of creepy looking.
I went to the car wash today, and the line was long. I'll go back tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do that.
2 of my grills, the covers blew off.
Really?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, although, you know how the wind can get underneath and just lift them, but they were up against the fence. I'm glad they at least stayed in the yard. But
Oh, absolutely. The patio chairs move around at my place.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty windy.
So today's not near as bad.
No, but it's still a wind blowing out there. I guess. I mean, we've been in the building here for a while, so I'm not sure if it's still blowing or not. And you know, you find folks that are listening to us, however you're doing that, we appreciate it. But you always give us a little weather report from time to time. Be nice. What's happening outside?
How bad is it?
Yeah.
Because we're in a windowless room.
No windows.
And even if we had a window, you know, out behind. See, it's if you're watching on YouTube. Let's see. Okay, if you're on YouTube right now, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, you know, right here, there's some advertisements there for our golf tournament coming up April 14th. Brought to you by Flight by Yingling, sasportstar.com to get registered. If you look where that cowboy flag is, beyond Joe's shoulder, in the old studio.
That way?
No, that way. Yeah, there you go. Dude, you're 25 years on TV. You don't know which way to point?
I don't know which way to point.
Good Lord.
I wasn't the weather guy.
There used to be a window there. And in fact, there really is still a window there, but this fake wall that they put up covered up the window.
Really? You know, there's a window there.
Yeah, when they said we were going to move into this studio 4 years ago. About 4 years ago, we were going to move into this studio. And I was like all excited because there was a window. And then we finally move, and they covered up the window.
Covered the window. Yeah, dude, I'll never forget that. When I first made a visit here, me and Rob Thompson, and he said, "Let me show you the new studio." And that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here now.
We're here now.
We're here now.
Without a window.
Yeah, no window.
Without a window.
So let us know, will you? Let us know what's going on outside.
NHC 130 says not windy right now.
Well, that's good.
Art Garcia says it's a 36-hole day.
It is beautiful outside. There's no doubt.
Jesse said, how did Joe's hair stay perfect with all the wind?
Dude, it's an art form. Jesse, it is.
It's a national treasure.
It's an art form.
There was a visitor in the building the other day, and we've been told that because inside, like there's 7 radio stations in our building. We're in a long hallway where there's a bunch of radio studios, but the rest of the building, there's TV monitors all throughout the building, and this show was playing on a lot of those monitors. And apparently this guest just stopped in his tracks and stared at Joe's hair and talked about how wonderful his hair was.
Yes.
For a couple of minutes with like our upper management team.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they said, yeah, we know. We agree. I think that's what Morgan said.
Yeah, well,
we agree.
I mean, Morgan, in a smart-assy kind of way, said something along the lines, and I'm completely misquoting her exact words, but told this guy, oh, dude, you should go tell him he loves the compliments that he gets on his hair. And he will agree with you 100% that his hair is perfection.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What is the argument?
There is no argument,
I'm just
sir.
saying. So
nobody is arguing.
Yeah.
Sam says Joe's hair needs its own Instagram account.
It's a damn good idea, Sam. I agree with you.
Better than a toe account. Tom wants to know if you wear a hairpiece.
No hairpiece.
Now,
all
Daniel,
natural.
Daniel is correct. It is a fire hazard.
That is correct. And I always tell Maggie when we're home when I'm lighting the heater, you know, the one that's on the poles.
The propane heater.
I go, man, I got to be careful. I go up like a match.
When you travel with Joe, you realize you're always going to check your luggage because his hairspray bottle won't be allowed through on a carry-on.
No, too big.
And they don't make travel size.
I think they do, but I'd use that up in about a day, so yeah. I'd have to take like 5 of them depending on how long we're going to be gone.
Your hairspray bottle's like a fire extinguisher.
I get the jumbo size for sure.
Renee says, don't do a Pepsi commercial. Nice Michael Jackson reference. Well done, sir. Because that would happen to Ryan Eagle.
It would?
Do you remember the Michael?
I don't remember that.
Dude, seriously?
No,
Michael Jackson was filming a commercial and his hair caught fire?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Richard Pryor. Remember he did that? He was freebasing or whatever you call that. Cocaine, and he lit himself on fire.
Yeah, but I think that was more about what he was doing as opposed to the hair product.
Well, true.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
Can you imagine Joe Ryan Eagle lose his hair in fire?
I know.
Now walking
My
around
head would
bald.
be protected, though. I promise you. There'd be nothing wrong with a head.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do you have a Lloyd's of London for that?
You know, that's a good idea, too. I need an Instagram page and an insurance policy. That'd be like Samson losing his didn't he lose his hair and lost all his power?
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Not a
Samson
clue.
and Delilah.
What?
Wasn't that the guy that lost his hair?
Who?
Forget about it. I forget I'm talking to a couple of rubes here. You know, it's like
rubes, eh?
I don't even know what that means.
Me neither, but it didn't sound good. What are you talking about?
Well, Samson and Delilah. Did Samson? I'm going to have to look this up. But Samson lost his hair. They lost all his power. I know there's somebody out there that
was
knows.
this a cartoon, a movie?
No.
Real life?
I don't think. Dude, I don't know.
Bible reference?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, all his
Noah
power.
Says Samson is right.
Yes.
Okay.
Samson is right. There was Samson and Delilah. He derived from his uncut hair, all his strength. So that explains why I've lost all my strength, because I cut my hair.
Like you would ever grow your hair or miss a haircut appointment.
Dude, I would if my wife would allow it.
What?
I'd grow it out a little bit.
No, you wouldn't.
Go back to the 70s.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
I would. Absolutely would. Just let it flow.
Dude, when you first retired from television, you went like a week longer than you normally do, and you were like a guy that was, going into a detox center in a week without. You were shaking. You were like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, well, truth be told, when I was on TV, I'd get my hair cut about every 2 or 3 weeks. Now I'll let it go. As I really
3 to 3.5 weeks.
I got you beautiful people watching on YouTube, and I don't know where else, but mostly it's listeners who can't see. So
yes,
us
they
can see. Yeah, exactly. I love you guys, all of you, girls.
Are you sure?
All of you, yes, yes.
Yeah.
But I would. I'd go for it. I'd let it flow.
Fred wants to know if you're going to do a mullet.
I don't know about him. I guess.
I mean, it would go well with the goatee.
I mean, it's kind of like Rob Thompson. He lets the hair flow. He's got a lot of hair too.
He does, but that's an accidental mullet. That's out of laziness for Rob.
Laziness? I don't know. That hair looks like it takes a little while to groom. I'm sure Rob spends a little time in front of the mirror.
Not near as much as you.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's understandable, too.
Yeah. Brian wants to know if you can do a man bun.
I will not ever do a man bun. That I can guarantee.
You sure, huh?
I'm positive.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't happening.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to anybody listening who's got a man bun. That's you do you, but I ain't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
No, ain't happening.
A man bun.
Can you call it something else? A man bun.
So if it was
called just a bun.
If it was called something, but it's on a man.
Okay. You don't call it a lady bun.
No, they got just a bun.
Right. So we could just have a bun.
If it had a different name, you would be down with it?
No, I wouldn't ever be down for it. I'm just saying, why a man bun?
Because it's a man with a bun.
I mean, if you see a dude walking around with a bun, you say, hey, the dude's got a bun.
No, you say a man bun.
It's a bun.
On a man.
On a man.
Yes.
So which leads to believe there's something wrong with it.
No.
If you have to explain it, it's a bun.
But a man bun.
So if I went and didn't know how to do this myself, went into a salon,
yes,
and said I want a bun. They said, well, what kind?
Man.
You want a regular one or do you want a man bun?
Man bun.
There's no difference.
There is a difference.
There's no difference.
There really is.
No different. It's a bun. Why do we discriminate here? I don't understand.
Well, both men and women have a ponytail.
Right.
There is no...
You don't call it man ponytail.
No.
That dude's got a man ponytail.
But, I mean, it's just a ponytail.
Right.
Could be on a man, could be on a woman.
That's it.
Yes.
That's my point.
But buns are different.
Buns are not.
They are. They are.
Just call it a bun. I think we fixed a major problem in life. You call it a bun, you don't have to worry about it. Man bun.
So you're good with men having a bun, just not calling it a man bun.
I have no problem what people do with themselves if that's what they like.
No, I know you well enough. You do.
No, I have no issue with it. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure of the point of it, other than to get the hair out of the way.
Out of the way of what?
Whatever you're doing, I don't know.
I mean, you have to have enough hair to be able to have a man bun.
Well, you do.
You couldn't do one right now if you tried.
Not now.
Neither could I.
I'd have to grow it out.
Yes.
But, if you...
Pledge could do a man bun.
I bet he could.
I mean, he could.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
I mean, it'd be a small bun.
Not right now.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows? Cowboys freeing up a lot of money. What are they going to do with the additional cap space they have created? Let's talk about it. Coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You ever scroll through social media only to find yourself bombarded by bad news, worse comments, hot takes, picture-perfect families, yet another humbling professional update from a friend? Hard not to get wrapped up in how everyone else is doing, but imagine how you would feel if you spent just 45 minutes focused on how you were doing. That's why you need to know about Cerebral and their website, Cerebral.com, where they make it easier than ever to access dedicated therapists and doctor-prescribed medication that is personalized to you. The best part, Cerebral offers in-network care, so you can focus on feeling better without worrying about the cost. In fact, 72% of people say they felt better in just 12 weeks. Time for you to make some time for your own mental health. This is something that I've become very much more aware of as my daughter is studying to become a therapist, and what she's doing now with their intern. And you realize people sometimes need to talk to somebody, whether they're navigating a transition in their life, dealing with stress, anxiety, sleep, relationships, just trying to be more focused. Cerebral makes mental health care easy, accessible, and more affordable. whether you need therapy, psychiatric care, or both. And with Cerebral, you can do this from the comfort of your home. Cerebral is proud to be an official sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs. Just like athletes prioritize their physical health, mental health is just as important. And Cerebral is here to help you build a strong foundation for your overall well-being. Take the first step today. Go to Cerebral.com to see how affordable and accessible mental health care can be with insurance. Cerebral. Make time for Mind Time.
It's time for the herd you love. It's time for professional spring football. The San Antonio Brahmas are back, bringing you more of the action, the celebration, and the unforgettable moments you love. Join us for our home opener Sunday, April 27th at 2 when the Brahmas bring the Fiesta to the gridiron with our Viva Fiesta, Viva Brahmas themed game. Bring the energy to the Alamo Dome as your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Houston Roughnecks. Tickets on sale now at UFLBrahmas.com. That's UFLBrahmas.com. Our town, our team, our herd.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
As of 9 a.m. this morning, our EV trucking company is officially in operation.
Andrew's zero-emission trucks are driving the transportation category forward.
We'll make driving safer, easier, and less stressful. Now our technology needs to keep up with demand.
He needs to put pedal to the metal on hiring more software engineers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-290-0258. 800-290-0258. 800-290-0258.
Guys, let's talk skincare. Dr. Connie Hires Plastic Surgery and Med Spa is here to help. Upgrade your face with a peaches and cream facial. Just $105 this month. You'll glow. Your girl will notice. Call 210-494-8446 or visit findyourbeautiful.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, April 14th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Pan American Golf Association, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Ensira.com and PPL Motorhomes. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, April 14th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Online, sasportstar.com, on the apps. If you're watching on YouTube, you could always do that. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Brian Bartels on YouTube says, could you imagine Jerry Jones with a man bun?
He doesn't have enough hair.
No. No.
Now, yes, I could picture Steven in his younger days maybe sporting a man bun.
No.
No?
I mean, maybe wanting to try it, but Jerry would kick his ass.
Well, I don't think Jerry was in charge. I think his wife was. Jerry just said, yes, dear, whatever you want.
As all married guys are.
Well, of course.
Let's be honest.
But Mrs. Jones runs that family.
She does, but I don't know that Steven would. No. I think Jerry would draw the line. No, that ain't gonna happen. You think about what the Cowboys are doing right now, and look, it's the 5th day of March, and as sour as everybody has been on the Cowboys, dating from last year's playoff loss to Green Bay, to the way they handled last offseason, to the disaster that was this past season, you have to give credit to the Cowboys front office for how they've handled and approached this offseason, because it seems like they're doing things a very smart, very deliberate way. So give credit where credit is due.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can question the hiring of Brian Schottenheimer and the process in which they hired Brian Schottenheimer, but the longer he is the head coach, now granted, he's yet to call a play in a game, but everything you hear about Brian Schottenheimer from in the building, from outside the building, maybe he was the right hire. You know, there's a reason he hadn't had a job yet, but timing is everything and situations matter, and maybe this is the right time for Brian Schottenheimer. That said, that'd be the only thing I could question about what the hell are the Cowboys doing so far this offseason. And it's, quite frankly, while surprising, a little refreshing, we haven't heard a lot from Jerry. We haven't heard a lot from Steven. Now, we can question things.
We're going to be selectively aggressive.
Like, what the hell does that mean?
Have no clue still what that means.
Or
this drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl.
I'm not forgetting those things, but I am saying what I'm seeing right now from this Cowboys team is impressive, especially based off of last year, because it seems like they're doing things efficiently, ahead of schedule, and making good deals. Like this deal with Osa is a hell of a deal for the Dallas Cowboys.
It is for the Dallas Cowboys. It was great, a breakdown of this contract that we were reading today. And it tells you that the Cowboys really, I mean, I don't want to say they got over on him because Osa got a good deal, and he's a big-time millionaire now for sure. But it was a good team-friendly deal that Osa signed. Now, if it was I don't think Osa wanted to leave the Dallas Cowboys. If he would have tested the open market, I think he would have gotten paid a hell of a lot more than he got paid with the Cowboys. But he wants to stay here in Dallas. He likes being a Cowboy. And he signed a very team-friendly deal, and it's a big-time win for Jerry and Steven on this one for sure.
And I don't know that he would have ever had the opportunity to truly test the free agent
That's true.
market. But a lot of times, a lot of contracts are judged on, all right, they threatened the tag, he didn't get the tag, but he signed a deal. But if they would have tagged him twice, he would have made about $55 million over the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he's only making about $39 million over the next 2 years. So a lot of the numbers, while it's complicated, sometimes it's not. If I'm his agent, all right, tag me because it's going to cost you this. And if you tag me again next year, it's going to cost you that. So I'm in that neighborhood. I mean, you think about 39 and 50, that's a huge gap there of money that Osa could have had that he's not going to have over the next 2 years. A lot of bonuses in the deal for weightlifting, offseason programs, roster bonuses. Now, again, easily attainable. I say that if you go do your work. You got it, but there's a lot of earned money in this contract, not necessarily just guaranteed money.
Yeah, you got to give Jerry credit for this one. And Osa to some extent, because he could have played hardball, I suppose. Hell, if he would have gotten the tag, he would have made $4 or $5 million more this year than what's on his contract. So, yeah, good for Jerry on this one. You have to. And then I want to give him credit for the restructures of CD and Dak, but those were automatic. I mean, they were going to happen. All they had to do was trigger them.
Yep.
Right? They were in the contract.
But they did it. And well, they had to. No, they didn't. They don't have to.
They don't have to. But with Prescott, he was $90 million on the books.
Sure, and they were anticipated, but the fact that they did CD yesterday and they do Dak today, they didn't necessarily have to do that until next week or when they were about to sign somebody to free up money.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that, accurate or not, I always kind of feel like Jerry stalls, like CD's deal, like Dak's deal. He stalls because of all the money that's due right now. And $20 million, $30 million, $40 million, when you redo it signing, that money is transferring from Jerry's account to that player's account that day. Well, Jerry's not dumb. $30 million in his account for an extra month makes a lot of money in interest, right? So for Jerry and Steven to do those deals, both CD and Dak, and trigger those ahead of schedule, and I say that, even another week, drawing interest, those kind of numbers, that's money. That's costing Jerry more money and just interest, right? So did he have to do it today? He was going to do it, but at what point was he going to do it? So now they've cleared up $56 million, or created $56.6 million in cap space. What are they going to do with it? It feels like they are about to go do a little bit of shopping.
Yeah,
although
you would think so.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, you would think so. Because why, just for all the things you said, they didn't have to trigger these restructures today. But keep in mind the free agent period begins next week.
Yep.
So now they've got some ammunition to go out and shop. So are they looking at one player that they big fish, so to speak, or is it a bunch of little fish to come in here and try to fill some of the holes? It's going to be interesting, but I can't believe they're doing this just to do it. They're going to go out and try to improve this ball club, I think, in the free agent market.
Even though Jerry said today that they don't necessarily plan on what was the quote? I'm not looking at free agency as a place to fill voids. Well, BS. He also said, I didn't think aggressive is the right, or I don't think aggressive is the right word. They're not going to go spend crazy money, but I do expect them to go do some shopping. They're creating space for a reason. Maybe one of the reasons why Jerry hasn't talked to the media is because he can't help himself, so I can't say anything wrong if I'm not talking. I mean, there could be, and I think some of this money will end up going into Micah Parsons' account. But you look at free agent running backs, you look at one of the betting sites had odds on next teams for Aaron Jones and Najee Harris, and the Cowboys were 1 and 2 for those guys. So Vegas types are thinking that the Cowboys could do a little free agent running back shopping, and you could still bring back Rico, go get one of those kind of backs. And I'm not saying I want either one of those, but in Vegas knows Cowboy fans will throw money at things, so that factors in too. But could they go get a running back in free agency? And maybe somebody in the room is thinking, well, if we get a running back, then we don't have to convince Jerry that Ashton Genty isn't the guy at 12, because we can get a running back later.
Right.
again, and it's smart business. You've got, as you have said it more than once, you've got Dak signed, you got CD signed, you're doing everything you can to get Micah signed. If you've got everything invested in this roster the way you do, why not literally be all in this year? Maybe overpay for somebody that you didn't want to overpay for a year ago. But if you're spending all this kind of money with the goal of winning a Super Bowl, damn it, let's go do everything we can to try to put a roster together that can go win a Super Bowl.
That only makes sense. It really does. It only makes sense with the salaries that you have already on the books, big ones, obviously with CD and Dak. Micah's next. And I just think that why not? I mean, why not? Even if it costs you, next year or the year after that, if you get a championship out of it by going all in, then I think fans would understand that. Just like the LA Rams. And you look at them, they went all in, won a Super Bowl, were down the next year, but hell, they're already back up. I mean, it can be done. Philadelphia the same way. And I just think that, I just think it's time. And in this salary cap era of the NFL, why not? Jerry's can afford going over the salary cap. He can afford the luxury tax. I don't think there's any question about that. Do it. Put a team on the field that fans are going to get, and again, it's not for the fans, but the fans will be excited about, and that has a legit shot at moving farther in the road in the playoffs, and who knows, maybe even a Super Bowl. But you got to try, don't you?
Well, and I think, I don't know that there's apathy because people still care. There's a lot of negative emotion when it comes to the Cowboys right now. There's a lot of low expectation for the Cowboys, especially with the way Jerry handled last offseason. You think about the Eagles and the amount of guaranteed money they spent last year and paid off. They won a Super Bowl. Cowboys, they signed Eric Kendrick last year, and they didn't make the playoffs, and they fired their coach. Jerry can't have the same approach this offseason because then apathy could start. The stadium's still full. They're still selling a bunch of stuff at the Cowboy Pro Shops. You walk around town, there's people still wearing their gear, but they're down on their team, right? Jerry needs to do something to get those people excited again. And a solid free agent class at least would show, all right, Jerry is spending money. And if you're doing what you can to clear room for your salary cap, now, you're right. Dak's deal at 90, you knew it was going to be structured, but when? Did they have to do CDs? They didn't have to, but they knew they were going to create money for the salary cap, to create some space. Well, if you're creating the space, then you've got to go spend it. There's still a floor that you have to spend. I'd like to see them at the ceiling and maybe above the ceiling, but you're creating room, go spend it. Plus, you got that extra $25 million with the cap continuing to go up.
Well, yeah, you've got all of that stuff. And look, the Cowboys have a lot of draft capital. I mean, who's to say there's not a trade in the works of some sort?
Yep.
I mean, I know people get excited about a Myles Garrett, and I don't think that's going to happen. He's probably too expensive. But
he'll end up in Philly.
I mean, think about it, though. Think about that. To make a big splash like that, which is very unlike the Dallas Cowboys. And the last time they did it, didn't work out all that great. But make a splash. Do something. And we're watching Washington and Philadelphia. I mean, Philly they've signed two guys already, right? With Saquon and Bond.
Yeah.
And Washington the same. Deebo Samuel now, a Washington command skin. So they're improving early. Cowboys need to match that if they want to get out of the East even.
Well, maybe that's the motivation for Jerry to handle things differently, because it's no longer a one-team race in the NFC East, get into the playoffs, and if you're in the playoffs, anything can happen mentality. Now, I mean, getting three teams from one division in happens, but it's rare.
It's tough.
And you saw what happened last year in the NFC with the Lions and Vikings and Packers, oh my, right? But, now you do got to – Washington's a player. Philly's a player. Giants are not. But for many years, for the last several years, it's been Philly or Dallas, Philly or Dallas, Philly or Dallas, Philly or Dallas. And nobody wins the NFC East 2 times in a row. That's in the rules. So maybe that is the motivation, because they know they have to try harder just to win the NFC East than they might have had to try the last couple of years.
I think that's good motivation. And look, Jerry wants to win. I truly believe he does. And last year is Jerry's fault. He takes all the blame because he did absolutely nothing. The year before that, I thought he put a pretty good team on the field, a team that everything fell into place and they had the talent and blew it on the field. But Jerry has put some teams on the field, so it's not all his fault all the time. And I think he's going to do the same thing this year. I just think that, look, I think they were embarrassed last year. I think Jerry's heard the noise because he does listen. I guarantee you he listens. He's heard the noise, and I don't think he likes the noise, that he did nothing, and he may say different publicly, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't like what's being said right now about last year's team.
One name that I think we should look at next week when free agency begins is wide receiver Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett and Schottenheimer relationship, that's one. But Tyler Lockett is the kind of receiver that could come in, be a veteran guy, not overly expensive, and be a nice complement to what the Cowboys already have, and that wouldn't keep you from drafting another wide receiver and adding to the mix, but that good possession kind of wide receiver, big catch radius kind of guy, even for a smaller receiver, but just that reliable type of a guy, I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Lockett, Seahawks are going to try to trade DK Metcalf. He's requested a trade, and they're going to let him search. Cowboys aren't going to go shopping for a DK Metcalf. Too expensive, would cost you too much in draft capital. He's got 1 year left. If you're signing for him, it'd be a new deal. I wouldn't go after DK Metcalf, or I wouldn't expect the Cowboys to, but Tyler Lockett is one of those kind of guys that you could go seeing. That would be, what did Steven say? Selectively aggressive. That falls into that category.
Well, that's good. And don't forget about Jonathan Mingo. We got him to look forward to next year. Jonathan Mingo, the 4th-round draft pick for the Dallas Cowboys. We got him to look forward to. By the way, with the Metcalf thing, two teams that have already come out or been reported, the Bills and the Chiefs. That could fit either one of those teams.
I'm really surprised Houston isn't in that mix. I could see the Texans trying to go after a DK Metcalf.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Because Tank Dell had surgery today, right, Pledge? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's expensive, but I don't know. Come on, Pledge.
Make it happen, Pledge.
See, Pledge doesn't ever like to think guys are going to come here. He doesn't want to get excited to get disappointed.
I see.
And then when it happens, he's like, I knew it all along. I just didn't want to say anything. I know you, Pledge. If I were the Texans, I'd go after DK.
Yeah, why not?
And again, as long as CJ is on a rookie deal, you could afford to go do that. I mean, you're going to replace Stephon Diggs with what? DK Metcalf? All day.
I mean, it's possible to bring him back, isn't it? Yeah, it's possible.
Well, and then you look at, I mean, Devontae Adams, I'm thinking he's probably going to go Chargers. It seems like he's a West Coast guy. I could see him going to the Chargers. Although, would the Chargers rather have a DK Metcalf? I think there's possibilities there. You want Cooper Kupp in Houston?
If he can stay healthy, that's the only thing I worry about.
Sure.
With Kupp, but I guess you could say that about anybody.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Cooper Kupp the last couple of years hasn't been Cooper Kupp, which is why the Rams are willing to part ways with him.
Well, that's because some dude named Puka Nacua, who kind of came in and took over.
And Cooper Kupp hasn't been healthy.
And he hasn't been healthy. How about Stephon Diggs coming in and letting his brother watch from the bench him play in Dallas?
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
For Dallas?
Dead serious. You probably get him pretty cheap these days. I don't know what his contract status is.
Well, see, that's it. I don't know that – I don't know. I mean, I've got one Diggs on the Cowboys roster right now with bad knees. I don't need two Diggs with bad knees. And, again, at his age coming back, I'm not opposed to it depending on what the price range is. But it'd probably be starting – I don't know, more than half of what he was making last year in Houston. And I don't know that Stephon is at a point in his life where he's willing to accept those financial realities. It's kind of like OBJ. I'd rather wait until I'm fully healthy and then go get a longer deal with somebody else to prove that everybody else was right, that I can't play anymore.
Yeah, very true. Guy is 31 years old, but you're talking about Lockett is 32. So but I don't know, anybody you get there. Look, Tyler Lockett at one time was, the guy had glue on his hands.
Absolutely.
Never dropped anything. But DK Metcalf had kind of taken over there in Seattle as the number one guy, and Lockett was just, as you said, the possession guy, which would fit what Dallas needs because you've already got your number one.
Better version of a Brandon Cooks. And, again, the Schottenheimer relationship, I think it will factor in big time in that decision. It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. Cowboys also have to figure out replacing a legend on the offensive line. Zack Martin officially calls it a career today. We'll hear from him coming up on the Blitz on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission, sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And while it is early March now, gorgeous outside, you want to make sure your AC is tuned up and ready to go for the hot summer months. You know, the oven will be on sooner rather than later, and Quartermoon wants to make sure your AC is ready to go. They don't do a lot of specials, and they're overly creative there, so they took their phone number, the last four, and made that the cost of an AC inspection, a pre-summer AC inspection for $58.99. They'll do your capacitor, inspect that, indoor coil, outdoor coil, filter inspection, check all the proper temperature levels. If you can remember the phone number, 651-5899, and $58.99 is what it's going to cost you for that inspection. QuartermoonPlumbing.com is the website.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
All right, guys, summer is coming. You could hit the gym, but you're probably going to say, I'll start next Monday. Here's what you need to do. You need to get M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It burns fat, builds muscle, and tightens up your abs, your arms, even your butt and your legs. And guess what? She can do it, too. Couples who sculpt together, well, call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com. FindYourBeautiful.com, because Dad Bod season is officially over, and Dr. Connie Hires is here to help you get ready for summer.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com. And join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep, $149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, cause this deal's for a limited time. $149.
For tax prep that's $149 or less, hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys haven't got a deal done with Micah Parsons yet, and it just got a little more expensive today. The Las Vegas Raiders and Pro Bowl defensive end Maxx Crosby have agreed to a 3-year, $106.5 million contract extension. Makes him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Well, the Cowboys have triggered the restructuring of quarterback Dak Prescott's contract, saving the team some $36.6 million on the cap.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Happy Hump Day, everybody.
Hump Day?
Yeah. Happy Hump Day. Hope everybody's, if you're getting off work right now, you made it. You're at the top of the hump. You're at the top of the hump. No, you're at the top because Wednesday's not over yet, but it's easy. If you're going home, you have dinner, maybe a drink, watch some TV, and then you wake up tomorrow, you're sliding down the hill toward the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it works.
Is that how it works?
That's exactly how it works. So we haven't reached the top of the hump yet, Minix.
No, because we work till 6.
Yeah, we got an hour left to reach the top of that hump.
And Pledge has like another 4 hours
yeah,
to go.
he's got a long way to go, yeah.
Long way to go.
Yeah.
Short time to get there. Eastbound.
A little Smokey and the Bandit reference. Yeah, nice. I like that.
Sure. You know, there was a time that we all used to have to do that. Like if you had friends that were driving from Florida or Louisiana to bring your Yingling, your flight by Yingling. But now you get it here. See, you don't have to worry about that.
Dude, I remember the day we used to use those CB radios. Everybody had a CB radio in their car. You remember that?
No.
You don't?
No.
I do.
Dude, you drove around in cars with a CB radio?
Absolutely. It was the thing, man. I'm telling you, especially after Smokey and the Bandit. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
It was like you had to be a CB guy. Breaker 19.
No.
What's the Smokey report?
Oh, is that what you
Absolutely.
did down there in Alice, Texas?
Well, yeah, when you're driving, because the truckers would give you, there's a Smokey right there at mile marker, whatever.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We just flash lights.
That was before.
Yeah, flash your brights if there was a cop on the other side of the hill.
Do you know you can get a ticket for that?
Yes.
I honestly just found that out the other day.
Really? How much was it?
No, I didn't get a ticket, but I'm just saying I didn't know you could do it.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah.
I didn't know you get a ticket for that. What the hell? But you're you're interfering with a law enforcement officer or something like that.
To get a ticket for that, if a cop actually wrote you that ticket, that cop's just having a bad day.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
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 And how the hell is he going to see you do it? Because you typically flash your lights after you pass the guy.
Well, that's it.
Right?
That's it. It's when you have the mistake and you realize there's another cop on the other side of the road coming at
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
That's the one that gets you.
I'm not even sure how to flash lights anymore.
Seriously?
Well, I mean, because they're
the same.
They're automatic.
Yeah, but it's the
You just
same.
pull the thing.
You still have your own control there, sir.
So obviously, sorry, y'all, I haven't been flashing my lights to warn you of maybe we should all go back to CBs. Breaker 19.
No.
Dude, you missed out on all the fun. Are you kidding me?
Well, it sounds like it. I mean, I remember used to have walkie-talkies and we'd play Army and things like that, but I never had a CB in the car. I am old enough to never had an 8-track. I had cassettes in the car.
I had an 8-track. It was great.
And the pagers, and the pain in the ass with the pager is you would get a page and then you'd have to stop somewhere and actually use a payphone.
Yep.
But all the payphones were in codes because you never put money in it. Just the amount of time that it would take for the phone to ring and you to get 3 words in before you put any money in.
Well, I don't know what phone you were using. I always had to put the quarter in first.
No. I mean, it was like if my mom paged us, we used to, most of the time it was, a wellness check. You alive? So you would just call home and nobody would be there, but she would know she got the call that we were okay.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. I didn't wear a pager as a kid.
Well, because you were probably in college when pagers came out.
When did they come out? You might be right.
Early 90s? Late 80s?
Well, no, I wasn't in. I was already done with college, buddy.
I mean, I graduated high school in 91.
Okay.
Right? I think I got my first cell phone in like 93, 94, and it was those big old brick type things.
I had one of those too. The first job I ever had when I got out of school was I worked for Motorola in Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
But I sold it back then. Two-way radios were a big thing, right, between farms and ranchers and stuff like that. So that's what I sold to.
Alice, Texas stuff.
Well, yeah. But I'd have to drive around all over South Texas and do that. But, yeah, I had a phone that was in a bag. It wasn't the big brick. It was actually in a bag.
A bag phone.
Yeah. And phone calls, you remember that? Phone calls, baby, were like, I don't know, $25 a minute or something. It was like outrageous. So, yeah, man, those were the good old days.
I saw a meme the other day. Something along the lines of, remember when we used to wait till after 9 o'clock to call everybody because that's when you had the unlimited minutes?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Those were the good old days, man. I had an 8-track, first one I ever bought myself. It was in high school, and worked a summer job and had enough money to go get a nice 8-track with some good speakers in the back.
What was your first 8-track? Or you mean an 8-track player?
8-track player.
Oh, I thought you were like you had the special 8-track, like you bought, knowing you, like Kansas on 8-track.
Kansas. No, it was Boston. I remember. It
Rush,
was Boston.
Something.
It
on
was
8-track.
It was Boston.
All right, wasn't Dust in the Wind?
Nope. I don't think they were out yet. Kansas? When were they? In the 80s?
No, I think they had to be 70s.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Boston, Journey, the Eagles. I had an 8-track of the Eagles.
Got to throw in a little Foreigner.
Yeah, Styx.
Did you have Rush?
I didn't have Rush. I wasn't the biggest Rush fan.
Really?
Some good Boston. Oh, you're going to get me singing now, man.
Here we go.
Watch out.
Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go. That's good music, man. That's good rock music right there. Enjoy, everybody. My gift to you.
Yeah, that's your gift, huh? 8-track.
Dude, it was great. The sound was fantastic. Great speakers in the back. You roll those windows down. We actually had to roll them down.
Yeah, exactly. These speakers are better now.
Yes.
The sound quality is better now. They proved it was more than a feeling. My friend Brian said you were probably listening to the Bee Gees.
No BGs.
Are you
Wasn't
sure?
a BG guy. No.
You sure?
No, I'm
ABBA?
positive. No, ABBA. Are you kidding me? ABBA.
I could see you as an ABBA guy.
I'm not an ABBA guy. Yeah.
Or-
And
or-
we all found out I wasn't an NXS guy either because that was.
REM?
No.
Dude, REM is great.
Well, I'm sure.
Or REM is great.
Yeah. Mm.
You better have better luck with him with REO Speedwagon. REM was too.
No, I
late.
had that. I had REO Speedwagon.
Yeah,
like that.
shocker.
Yeah, they were good.
You know, a lot going on in the REM world.
Like sleep?
No. Last week, this is a big deal.
Oh, yeah?
Last week, Michael Stipe got on stage. They sang one song. The original members of REM, for the first time in years, like 15 years or so, maybe longer, on stage together. A lot of rumors. They've been in the same room, but they haven't all gone on stage and performed together in a long time. They did last week in Georgia. And, you know, it kind of got on my radar because my Cypress Cove friends are all pissy because they said their hometown. Well, Michael Stipe, you know, his dad's Army, he spent a lot of time in Cypress Cove. I went to school with his sister. But then they, you know, Dad went to Georgia, got stationed over at Fort Benning, and so, you know, that's where that group met. But, you know, Cypress Cove types are like, that's not his hometown. He graduated from Cypress Cove High School. And, you know, but a lot of people wondering now, as you're seeing bands get together and go on tour, could we get an REM reunion tour?
Well, I'm sure you'll be there if you do.
I would be.
Absolutely.
Even
I know
if
you
I had
will
to
be.
go to Georgia to see it.
I'm not going anywhere to see REM. Sorry.
Why?
No, dude, please. REM.
Let's hear from Zack Martin coming up.
Yes. Oh, Zach.
Zach, in his retirement announcement today, and why the Cowboys deserve credit for the way they handled today. We'll get into that. Coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Last night was a great night of basketball, both in college hoops, A&M knocking off number 1 Auburn. In the NBA, Spurs got a win. You could have got a win, too, if you were playing on Underdog and won a little bit of cash, because if you're playing the Pick'em game on Underdog, it makes watching the games a lot more exciting. You just choose higher or lower on predicted stats to build your Pick'em entry. Assists, points, rebounds, three-pointers, that sort of thing. You can play with as little as $1. Get everything right, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. So, yep, turn $1 into 1,000 with your hoops knowledge. Download the Underdog app. Sign up now using my promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun. Sign up, use promo code STAR to claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly upon your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Ready for the ultimate sports fan getaway? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is headed to Vegas, and we're bringing you along. Why? Because watching the games from your couch in sweatpants just isn't the same. Join Jason and Joe from The Blitz for a Mega March weekend you'll never forget, or possibly remember. We're talking Vegas here. March 27th through the 30th, we're hitting up Circa Las Vegas for opening day. And the second weekend of the tournament, a.k.a. Sports Heaven, baby. Thursday, March 27th, the party starts with baseball's opening day at the world's largest sports book. That's right, big screens, big games, and big opinions from Jason and Joe. It's basically like watching sports at home, but with no chores and way more pools. Speaking of pools, dive into 6 of them at Stadium Swim and catch all the action on a 143-foot screen. Lock in now. Go to CircaLasVegas.com. Use promo code BLITZ and party with Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, pools, Vegas. What could possibly go wrong?
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603.
All right, guys, summer is coming. You could hit the gym, but you're probably going to say, I'll start next Monday. Here's what you need to do. You need to get M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It burns fat, builds muscle, and tightens up your abs, your arms, even your butt and your legs. And guess what? She can do it, too. Couples who sculpt together, well, call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com. FindYourBeautiful.com, because Dad Bod season is officially over, and Dr. Connie Hires is here to help you get ready for summer.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? I guarantee she does. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. If you're considering divorce, it's absolutely crucial to understand your options right now. Don't let alimony catch you off guard. Protect what you've built and secure your hard-earned assets. Visit TexasDivorce.com. At Barton & Associates, we focus on navigating the complexities of divorce law to ensure you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Take control of the process or allow your spouse to dictate the terms. If you're serious about safeguarding what you have built and your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team for you. We'll act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that you're not taken advantage of. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
It is the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Zack Martin will be in the Hall of Fame. He also will be in the Cowboys Ring of Honor soon. Jerry Jones said today that he would go into the Ring of Honor before he gets to the Hall of Fame. So in the next 5 years, you figure Zack Martin will be in the Cowboys Ring of Honor.
Well, I hope Jerry does it sooner rather than later. I mean, how about this season? Why not? or you can wait a year, I guess. But, put him in there. If he's already said he's going in, I don't want Zack Martin to be 80.
Well, he's not Jimmy Johnson.
And quote Jimmy Johnson, while I'm alive.
I don't think Zach has to worry about that. But if Jerry wants to be around to see Zack Martin go into the Ring of Honor, you would think sooner rather than later. He certainly can't wait till Zach is 80.
No. Jerry be, 160?
Although watching last night, apparently there's still people around that age collecting money. Who knows?
Apparently so, right?
Yeah, whatever. But you think about Zack Martin and what he has meant to this team. It doesn't feel like this was a surprise. He didn't just wake up and say, all right, I'm not going to do it, although he did. I think Micah Parsons let the cat out of the bag during the season when he was saying, dude, I'm doing this for guys like Zach. And, and I think everybody in that room knew Zack Martin was playing his last year unless something drastic happened. But he was asked today, why retire?
Well, like I said, it's been on my mind. I'm not going to lie. And, after the season, me and my wife talked, and I think we just both agreed, physically and mentally, it was probably time to step away. I've been saying, and I believe this, I know what it takes to be an elite player in this league and what all goes into it. And, at this point in my life, I just think, I'm not there anymore of putting everything that goes into it to be that. And that's fine. I had a great run, but just for myself and my family, it became pretty obvious over the last month or so that this was going to be the direction we went.
And you got to figure probably. I mean, Zach's got a lot of people that he's friends with, obviously, on the team. He probably talked about it. Yeah, hey, this, this could be it. This could be that. But you're right. Micah actually broke that story early last year.
Well, and you kind of figure a couple of years ago when he held out, got his deal done, it's probably the last. Could he have played longer? Yes. But he wouldn't have been able to play at the level he expects himself to play at, and that is at an elite level. I'm sure he did not envision his season ending or his career ending with an injury or going somewhere else. I think if he wanted to come back and the Cowboys thought he could come back and the price was right, he could play again, but he's not going to play at a level that is below his standard, and that is why he's walking away. Brian Baldinger told us at the Super Bowl, he would tell Zack Martin, you think you're done? Play 2 more years. Make sure you are done. And I just don't think Zach is willing to go through that. No knock on Tyron Smith, but Tyron Smith is doing exactly what Brian Baldinger suggested. We saw that with Zeke Elliott. Make sure that tank is empty. Some players don't want to go through that. If I can't play at this level, I'm not going to play.
And that's Zack Martin, and it fits the description of Zack Martin, right? I mean, I'm happy because we talked about this last year. Zack Martin was just not the same guy that we have been watching for the last 10 years. And so I don't want to see guys go out where you remember, man, that guy went out and he was horrible the last couple of years. We're going to remember that about Zeke Elliott. I mean, that's what you're going to remember. That dude was awful the last couple of years he was in the league. So happy for Zack Martin. He's going to move on. Look, guy's going to miss it. You hear guys talk about it all the time. I mean, he's going to wake up. OTA's going on, maybe not then, but certainly when the Cowboys leave for Oxnard, Zack Martin's going to say, man, I missed that. I wish I was there, but I'm not, and it's over. And he's going to have those feelings. He is. And it will be tough for him, especially when the season approaches and the games on Sunday afternoon when he's sitting in his living room watching the Cowboys play.
And that's every player in dealing with life away from football. I mean, you heard him say, every one of these guys, he's in his 30s and he's retired, right? But he's been a football player since he was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Just adjusting to life, a new routine, a new schedule. The good news is a lot of his former teammates that have gone through it have been there. So when he needs somebody to talk to, because, everybody now has a new fishing buddy, golfing buddy, whatever the case is, they're all going to be able to go do that again. But it is tough. And we did learn something about Zach today from Stephen Jones. And again, Stephen was the right pick, going back, you want Johnny Manziel or Zack Martin, right? But listen to one of the things, a little story that Steven tells that Zach was like, dude, don't say that.
Well, I think, first of all, Zach's just unique. At the end of the day, he's unique on the field. He's unique off the field. When you sat there and went, I think it may have been Will's first draft that he was in charge of helping us put up the board. But, when you look at it and you're picking that high, you want to make sure you're right. And one thing, when you read Zach, when you watch Zach on the tape, it was hard to find anything that you didn't like about him. And, just felt at the end of the day he was the right guy for our football team. He met all the standards, and, in no way to be negative toward the other guy we're talking about. Johnny. But, he just didn't, stack up like that. And so it was real easy. It was unanimous. In the room, everybody was looking at their feet when Jerry was asking them questions about who would be for the other guy. It was interesting like that. But, no, it's always been easy to stand up for Zach. We've got some great stories. He, as Jerry said, we didn't really negotiate his deals with agents. We did them with Zach. He walked in my office and said, hey,
you're not supposed to say that.
I promise I'd never tell it, but I can now. But he did say, here's how this is going to work. I can live with this. And that's why it's always been so easy with Zach. He's a very good communicator. He's very transparent, and cherish all those times. But, boy, how fortunate the Cowboys are, our fans, everybody, to have Zach as a part of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, Jerry wanted Manziel, though. That shiny object. And look, to Jerry's credit, nobody knew Manziel was going to flame out the way that he did. Everybody was excited about Manziel coming into the league.
But they all knew he was a partier, and they all
knew
that too, he had a lot of questions. But he was exciting.
Yes.
But I don't know that everybody was looking at their feet. Like, I mean, you hear some of those stories, but there seems to be a lot of stories about, Steven had to grab Jerry by the collar and put him up against the wall. Either way, it was the right call.
Well, it turned out to be the right call for sure, no doubt. So, hey.
And for Zack Martin, especially at the time, the right situation for him to get drafted into.
I really, truly believe that I came into a perfect situation for a young offensive lineman. I came in, like I said, at a time that the running game was a big part of what we did. They invested a lot in the offensive line room. It really allowed me to develop. A lot of young old linemen get thrown into the fire, and you're throwing the ball 50 times a game. Well, we were running it 30, 40 times a game. So it really allowed me to have time to develop some of those other things that I may not have been great at when I first got here. So I really, truly believe in, then you pair that with a line coach like Bill Callahan when I first got here. It was kind of the perfect storm for me.
Yeah, it worked out well for him. But I like what he said. They were actually running the football, 35 times a game. That'd be kind of refreshing to see the Cowboys get back to something like that.
Well, and you look at, and I give the Cowboys a lot of credit today for not making this the Jerry Jones show and keeping it about Zack Martin. They did a really good job of that today. The idea, though, of Schottenheimer, Marty Ball, trying to get back to more run dominant, how that helps your offensive line, how that helps your defense. Maybe Jerry and Steven heard that and went, those were some good teams back then. What were we doing then? Can we do that again? All right, let's go find a running back. In free agency, we freed up a lot of money today because while all that was going on, the Cowboys did trigger the deal for Dak Prescott today. So Dak Prescott paid a lot of money in taxes today, but the Cowboys cleared up between CD yesterday and Dak today, $56.6 million in cap room.
Which is good. Now I hope they go out and use it. And if they do get a deal done with Micah Parsons before next week, I'm not sure. It didn't sound like they were close to getting that done, but obviously that can change. They'll have even more money to go spend. So I hope they use it. I hope they get aggressive. I hope they literally, Jerry, not your version, but my version of all in. I would love to see that happen. You've got a quarterback that you're stuck with paying a lot of money. You've got a wide receiver you're paying a lot of money to. You got Micah Parsons. You're probably going to pay a lot of money too. Why not say salary cap be damned? Go out and get some players.
Your definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing.
It needs to be, Jerry.
This year, they're setting up to do something that they didn't do last year. I know we can all say, well, hey, Jerry, Cowboys aren't typical players in free agency. He did say today, Jerry, I'm not looking at free agency as a place to fill voids. But you're clearing up money. Why? And it's not just for Micah Parsons. And just the attitude that you're hearing with Brian Schottenheimer as the head coach. And again, we can all question the interview process, maybe even the selection, when Jerry said to his face in his press conference, it's a big risk.
Risk.
But by all accounts, the Cowboys are handling this offseason and doing things the right way in a very efficient way. And while we don't know about Brian Schottenheimer yet, guys in the room seem to be excited about him being the head coach. One thing to hear Dak say something, he spends a lot of time with them. But Osa Odigizua, who signed a new deal yesterday, 4 years, $80 million. Hell of a deal for the Cowboys, too, when you look at the way it is structured. That is a great deal done by Stephen Jones and Will McClay and whoever does their contracts. If there was a scoreboard, Cowboys get the win on that one. Osa goes on Kay Adams' show today, and he's talking about the contract and then Shotty.
We have the guy we want. The team, the locker room loves Shotty, and I think that's part of where it starts. And I believe he's a smart guy, and just the person that he is. He's a good dude, Called me afterwards.
Really?
Said congratulations. Me and my family went to dinner. He found out where we went to dinner at, and he sent me a little gift too. Just the kind of care that he has for us, and it's the kind of coach that you can run through a wall for.
What did he send you? What did he send? Tell me.
A bottle of champagne.
He did. He found out where you guys were going, and he said, "Deliver." That's a classy touch. That's nice.
Guy.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah,
I agree. That was a classy touch. It was great. Props to Shotty for doing that. It obviously made Osa feel pretty good. Probably made his family feel great as well. And now he set a precedence, though. I hope he's got a whole bunch of champagne he can send.
Well, that's it. And, you got to stalk him to figure out where people are going. I mean, Wanye Thomas signed today. Did he get a bottle? What about Brock Hoffman?
I don't know.
I don't know. And you got to find out where they're going to celebrate. Like us, we're gonna be live at Mellow Mushroom on Friday. If you want to call ahead and send something over, just no pineapple on the pizza. But Friday, 2 to 6, you know where we're going to be. Come hang out with us Friday at Mellow Mushroom to get the weekend started.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that, Jason. I really am. And I'll be clean. My clothes will be clean.
Good.
Everything will be perfect. You know why? Because I will have showered with my Connecticut quality water softened water. It will be fantastic. My clothes will have been washed in a Connecticut quality water softened water. It's fantastic. It really is. It's a game changer. Connecticut is the best in the business. They've been serving San Antonio and South Texas for over 50 years. Products are all made right here in the good old U.S. of A. The one thing I do love about this thing, you don't have to worry if it's plugged in or not because it doesn't run on electricity. So there's no wires or motherboards or anything like that that are going to go out. It runs on kinetic energy, and it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And right now, they have got a heck of a deal going on, all for you. For a limited time, when you buy a Connecticut quality water softener, they're going to give you a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. It is fantastic. Not to mention the fact they're going to give you $400 off a trade-in of your old water softener, save you some money there, and they're going to let you finance it with free money. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. It's a great offer. You know great offers don't last that long. So call Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. Why don't you do it today? 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can reach them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle as free agent period begins next week. Should the Cowboys be looking to keep Rico or look for a back? We're going to talk about it.
And we've got some magical college basketball being played on Wednesday night. We get to recap that as we get into conference tourney season. Party starts at 6. Don't be late.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wow! Most cars and trucks can get premium ceramic window film installed by the experts at Mother's Window Tint, starting at just $199. Don't wait! Protect your ride today. Our competitors charge hundreds more, but at Mother's, you get the best quality and value. Call now or visit motherswindowtint.com to schedule your installation. With up to 60 different film options, we've got the perfect fit for every car and budget. Stop by one of our locations and see the difference for yourself. Want to boost your vehicle's security? We've got you covered with advanced systems starting at just $399. Call 210-213-2118 today and ask about our alarm specials. Since 1984, we've been the home of the tint and alarm special. Don't wait. Visit Mother's Window Tint today. Call now or go online to book your service. Your car deserves it. Mother's Window Tint. Since 1984. Call or visit motherswindowtint.com. That's motherswindowtint.com. And remember, do it at Mother's and save.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Rock's Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rock's the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rock's has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rock's know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hey, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Your car gets waxed, your shoes get polished, so why is your face looking dull? Time to upgrade with Zoe Vitamin C, 15% off this month. Because looking rugged shouldn't mean looking like an old leather couch. Stop by Dr. Connie Hires Plastic Surgery and Med Spa or visit findyourbeautiful.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. I'm Jason Minix. He's a very clean Joe Reinagle.
Absolutely. Spick and span.
Glad to know that you shower before you come to work.
Well, not always. I mean, if it's just you and Pledge,
see, I
don't really care.
I've known you too long.
But we'll go out to the Mellow Mushroom on Friday. I got to be spiffy.
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 Spiffy Reinagle.
Spiffy.
That sounds
Clean
like
as a whistle.
Hold on. A spiffy Reinagle sounds like it should be a drink.
Should be, right?
Yeah. I mean, a stiff one.
Yeah, of course, stiff.
You'd have to make it neat.
It'd be a stiffy.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
We know enough folks, and I'd go to the experts at the Roo Pub.
Okay.
To make that drink. There's got to be we get our heads together over a couple of drinks and just, figure out a spiffy Reinagle.
Why don't you text that to Chip? I mean,
Chip will have it done.
I mean, it's 5:45. Steak. It's Wednesday, right? Steak night tonight at the Roo Pub.
Is. Wow.
You can go over there, get yourself a nice 12-ounce ribeye for $20, and come up with a spiffy Reinagle.
Dude, I'm telling you, that steak is fantastic.
It is.
It is.
And it would pair well with a.
Yep, spiffy Reinagle. That sounds like a good summer drink, doesn't it?
Like a.
You got your Cosmo, you got this, and then you got a spiffy Reinagle. I see it along those lines.
See, Pledge, it's spiffy, not stiffy. I mean, Pledge is
said
like
it had
go
to be
over
a
there
stiffy.
for a steak and a stiffy. I mean, that's
Talking
March
about-
14th for some people.
I'm talking about a stiff drink, Pledge. I don't know what's rolling through your mind.
So do you want to be a stiffy Reinagle or a spiffy Reinagle?
Spiffy. A spiffy. That is
Do you got to say it that way?
Spiffy.
I mean, you're trying to put some sort of like Irish accent on it.
Give me a spiffy.
So now it's got.
Be stealing my Lucky
See,
Charms.
now we've got Jameson involved.
No, because it's got to be something I like. So, I mean, it can't be. It's got to be something that I like.
Green tea shot, sir.
No, those are okay. I don't mind those.
Oh, yeah,
so much,
orange tea?
No, it can't be a shot. Maybe it could be a shot.
It probably should be a shot.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'm a tequila guy when it comes to shots.
You're a whatever they put in front of you guy.
Yeah, but if I'm ordering.
With the exception of pepper schnapps.
If
Dude, you ordered Fireball the other night.
Well, because you were chicken to do tequila.
Tequila's not my friend.
Well, there you go. So I said, well, because Minix is a wiener, I'm going to have to do a Fireball.
I mean, you could have said, I don't know, green tea. You could have said a lot of things.
Yeah, but dude.
You said
Fireball. We were a few drinks in at that point. My mind wasn't exactly.
What other shot you got? Fireball? Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Because it was sitting there right in front of us.
Well, of course, because people drink it. It's candy.
It is. It's very tasty. There's no doubt. But if I'm doing a shot, typically, I like tequila. I like to pull it in and out.
That was bad, Pledge. So your spiffy Reinagle is going to be a tequila shot with Jameson. That sounds awful.
Oh, that's awful.
That sounds awful.
Why? And where'd Jameson come in?
Well, because you say it with an Irish accent.
I'm not.
Be stealing my Lucky Charms.
Jameson is not going to be a part of a spiffy Reinagle.
I mean, March 17th, there's going to be a lot of Irish drinks going on.
Sure.
At the Roo Pub. So the spiffy Reinagle could make its debut at the St. Patrick's Day party.
I'm going to have to think about this.
Don't overthink
what I want.
Don't complicate things.
I think that's a great idea, honestly.
I don't know that you're going to have a choice in the matter.
Well, no Jameson, because if I'm going to have a drink, then I need to like it. I mean, I'm not.
He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up.
I'm not going to
have.
That
was a great shot that we created for the Roo Pub that time.
Oh, that's right.
Well, it wasn't a shot; it was a whole drink. But the ticklish little bitch was a very popular drink last year around the Masters.
Well, we should bring that back come Masters time. I think that'd be a wonderful idea.
You think?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember what the drink was?
I have no clue. Do you?
No.
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
I'm going to guess the sales of it will determine if it makes a comeback.
I'm sure that's true. I think it was good, though. I mean, I don't think it was bad.
Well, we had a.
Well, next time we're at the Roo Pub, which.
Hey, be careful ordering a ticklish little bitch anywhere, but especially at the Roo Pub.
I know it.
If you were just to say, I need that could get you in a little bit of trouble.
Well, yeah, you might get slapped.
Might?
Yeah. I don't know. The girls might have been called worse things over there. I don't know.
I don't know.
But they're also nice.
I think you say that, you meet a guy named Tiny.
Yeah, right. Joe's toes, yummy.
See, now, Pledge, why do you got to ruin a good conversation here? Nobody wants to think about Joe's toes and good drinks.
That should be the shot. Joe's toes.
No, we're at a Stiffy Reinagel.
Is Stiffy or Spiffy? Spiffy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Well, if it's a Stiffy, it's could be non-existent. I mean, so there wouldn't be anything.
That's your problem.
You order that one, and it's like, well, sorry, it doesn't exist.
Although I have a pretty good rub.
Apparently, that's all.
Not as good as I once was, but it's a fighter.
Doesn't sound like it.
Oh yeah, it has its moments.
Doesn't sound like it.
No, it's good. Once.
The fact that Pledge is saying poor Maggie.
Poor Maggie. Are you kidding? Maggie, have you ever seen her without a smile on her face? No, is the answer to that. Maggie's always smiling. I don't think she ever smiled before she met me.
You want to just keep patting yourself on the back and digging a hole here?
I'm good.
How about them Spurs?
I'm good.
They won a game last night, and now we're mad. Hey, I mean, they're in the business now of losing games.
I'm not mad. I'm very happy about it. They're not good enough to get into the play-in tournament. It ain't happening. So they won a game last night against a very bad Brooklyn Nets team.
They did.
And Devin Vassell had a game, and I'm happy to see it. I hope he can string some of those together.
I am not a fan of tanking. I'll say that every time we have a conversation like this. However, the way things are going this season, the best thing for the Spurs to do is to ensure they make their way to the lottery.
It's done.
When I look at the Dallas Mavericks shutting everybody down, I expect them to start a massive fall. Phoenix, they won last night. They don't know what they're trying to do. Portland is there. And San Antonio just doesn't have a big enough gap between them and the Suns and the Mavericks to ensure that those teams don't suck worse than the Spurs down the stretch. Spurs aren't good enough to earn their way into the play-in, but if they keep playing like they did last night, they could trip in to the play-in because the other teams are trying to lose.
Well, yeah, you know, a team that has appeared there, and I'm so actually happy about it, is the L.A. Clippers. They haven't been playing well.
No.
But that's a good thing. They can lose every game as far as I'm concerned. I'd be very happy about it. I think Phoenix is going to get its stuff together. And then Portland, you never know. They may sneak in there. They're playing better basketball. But I just don't think the Spurs are good enough. They've got a tough schedule to finish out the season.
They do. But, again, I mean, you look at the way Devin Vassell played last night. And I don't expect this every night, but close to it every night, Devin Vassell. 14 of 20, 8 of 11 from three-point range, 37 points. Dude played 35 minutes last night. He was fantastic. And he talked about, you know, the game, it's mental.
It's a mental game. It's definitely a lot of mental. You know, I feel like we've talked about it at the beginning of the season. Obviously, I didn't have the summer that I wanted to have when it comes to preparing and just working out and staying in the gym. I was doing a lot of rehab and stuff, but it's not an excuse. Just staying confident. Like you said, there's games I can't get 6 shots and not be aggressive to games. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I get it. Like, there's different games, and every game is going to be different. But, like, just being that aggressive, I think that's what everybody's looking for, and that's fine. Like, I hold myself to a standard. I know everybody else holds me to a standard, and I just got to accept that.
And they should hold you to a standard. I mean, they really should, because you were the guy, and I bought in, and I'm a big fan of Devin Vassell. I would like to see him be successful. But I bought in. I thought he was going to be the next guy. And he's got to get his head right, I think, when Wemby comes back and realize what his role is on this team. But he can be a very valuable piece of the future moving forward. So I was happy to see him play well. He has not played well this year, not consistently. And so I'd like to see him finish the season on a good little note.
Yeah, he plays better when Wemby's not there.
Well, that's true.
And that's a problem. Because we talked about this early in this season. Like, does he realize Wemby's the number one option? And now that Wemby's not there, he's kind of becoming that guy. But when you look at, like, the future of this team, it's going to be Wemby, it's going to be Fox, it's going to be Castle or Vassell, maybe depending on matchups, but I'm thinking Castle. Is he mentally capable of saying, all right, I'm not the guy, I'm not the first guy, I'm not the second guy, I know you're a shooter, you need to get better defensively, but like Keldon Johnson has accepted his role. Probably not what he thought it was going to be when he was drafted, but he's accepted his role. I don't know that Devin has accepted his role, especially when you see the way he has played last night, when he knows, all right, man, they're going to be coming to me because without Wemby, who else is going to score? That's what I'm going to do.
Well, look, I'm hopeful that this team looks a lot different next year. I really am, with the exception of Fox and Wembanyama and Stephon Castle. I expect it to look different. Now, is Vassell a part of the future of this team? I don't know. I mean, if I had to guess now, I'm not sure that he will be. You know, and Keldon Johnson's another guy. I'm actually surprised he's here now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. So, but he's been playing better as of late. So, we'll see what happens.
I know what's going to happen next. James Pledger will be going for an hour. Extra innings with Pledge.
Nice.
Rob and AJ tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 on the Morning Huddle. We are back tomorrow at 2. As we get ready, you know, the clocks are going to change this weekend. Summer is right around the corner. That's why you guys need to know about Dr. Connie Hires Plastic Surgery and Med Spa, because we know you. You could say you're going to hit the gym, but we know that every Monday you're going to say, we'll do that next week. So here's what you do. It's what Ryan Eagle's doing. It's what I'm doing. M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It's a way to do 20,000 crunches without doing a single sit-up. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful. It's a relaxing deal. I mean, it really is, and it works. It works. When my wife says, hey, that's working, I said, yeah, it is. And it continues to work. We got a whole education on this thing. So it burns fat and tightens your stomach at the same time. But it's not just for the stomach area. If you need to tighten your arms or your legs or even your behind.
You can do your butt.
You can do that.
Or she can.
Yeah. You know, that might feel pretty good. I don't know. I'm just saying. It is a fantastic treatment. It really is. And trust us, it works.
210-494-8446. Tell her the Blitz sent you. Now, you could do that. There's a lot of things for you or for the lady in your life. A lot of specials as well. Just when you call, mention the Blitz. And the specials this month are incredible.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You got $1,000 off a tummy tuck if you want to do that. They do Awake Lipo, where they're giving you 20% off your first area, 30% the second, and 40% off the third area. And, I mean, it's a heck of a deal. They got a peaches and cream facial, Minix, that I know you're interested in.
I don't even know what that means. You're the skin guy.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind doing it, quite frankly, and you just might.
210-494-8446. Mention the Blitz. Go to the website, findyourbeautiful.com. That's findyourbeautiful.com.
This is 94.1